went to one of the doctors with all of the evidence I had and said, "You have a problem."
Number 3. Now, maybe the worst thing about this video is the guy knows he's been found out, but he just refuses to give it up. Like, he's posing as a U.S. Marine in full uniform, and he doesn't exactly blend in, so it's weird that he seems so surprised by all the questions. Anyway, he has a whole story about where he was deployed and who he worked with, and even has an excuse for why he has no ID card. But the more he talks, the more obvious it was that he was faking. By the time he gives up his fake presidential cross, the game is definitely up, and every mistake he makes in front of the actual vets confirms it. I mean, he gets called out for wearing medals and ribbons at the same time, as well as for wearing sunglasses, until they finally flat out accuse him of being fake. The amazing thing is, he still denies it, and he...
Yeah, so I mean, some I can't remember his name. I've got onto this YouTube video about fake people exposed and weird shit like that, innit? Yeah. So I've just been noticing some things, innit? And it's just made me realize what these military guys in England have been doing behind my back. And I assume they've been going around telling everybody this. Well, I don't give a fuck about England like that. I certainly don't care about these ones. But anyway, the problem is, when I went and joined the territorial army and signed the document, it was some short, fat motherfucker. It was overweight. I don't know why he was in the military, but he was some sort of recruitment officer or some shit. He sit in his office and let you sign the paper, the contract, blah blah blah. And I did that while I was living in Garton. I literally put the road there where I was living because they would have gone around. I've never wore the uniform in public, never, not once. And I'm so fucking glad I didn't do stuff like that. It's not like I've got nothing to be proud of, you get me, you know. So I've never put the uniform on. Plus the uniform was like they purposely made it like bad in it. So it was uncomfortable and you know what I mean, like dead tight and you know what I mean, bare stuff like that. Yeah. And at the time I never really paid much attention to it. Because why would you just assume that some countries out there trying to set you up for no apparent reason more than they've got some sort of conspiracy going on? And like just recently, because I'm a person YouTube, I just whatever pops up on there as recommendation, I just watch it. I don't care. Like, I'm not one of these guys like like you have some actual thing where like you watch. Some people when Vines just came out and people sit there and watch Vine. I'm not one of them guys. I just watch whatever. I turn it on and whatever is recommended. I don't care what the fuck it's on there. I don't care if it's about fucking Russia. I don't care if it's about America. I don't give a fuck what it is. As long as it looks like an interesting topic, I'll have a watch of it. Innit? And it worked out for me because obviously I've retained a lot of information and learned quite a lot doing that. I mean, rather than just whatever, innit? And recently, like I said, I started signing up with the territorial army the year after college, innit? So I'm gonna show you where I first went. What was it called? Hardwick. Hardwick. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, innit? Hardwick. Terry. But they closed it down now. They closed it down and moved it now, innit? What's it called? Terry. Can't remember territorial. Yeah, and I'm quite worried. I'm not even gonna be not even fucking joking, innit? I'm quite worried that these men are going around telling people that I'm lying and whatever. I'm not sure, but I've seen some man like just putting on these fake uniforms, innit? And walking around pretending to be soldiers. I don't get why. Obviously, they've got their reason. That's their business. That's not the point. But I've watched like 4 or 5 different versions of things like this. It's called stolen valor, innit? And what happened to these man? The people would confront them, they'd have all these random badges and I mean, like obviously, if you are a member of something, you know how to identify another member, innit? Yeah, and all that's not the point. That's their business. People do what they do. But what I'm interested in the fact that most of them they said, "Oh, these guys are producing fake." And what do you call it now? And what do you call it now? When they basically, so obviously when people get fired from their jobs, they've got a special word that they use when you get fired from like the military or you're laid off or you resign, whatever, and then discharge. Yeah, that's it. These men are producing discharge papers, yeah, and people are saying that it's fake. All right, cool. Again, so that's a red flag for me, innit? And then again, man saying where the IDs, they can't produce any ID. All right, cool. The problem for that for me when in after I was taken into hospital against my will, which was a government ordered involuntary psychiatric hold. They didn't tell me that was the case. Nobody informed me that what was going on. Yeah, nobody informed me this is what was going on. I was asking questions, nobody wanted to answer. Why am I there? Blah blah blah. Nobody wanted to inform me. Cool. Well, it makes sense now. Why? Because you know what I think the British version is called involuntary psychiatric hold. I don't know what the government version when the government orders it. I don't know what the fuck that is called. But you would assume that the government can order these things. I don't know how it works. I don't know the process. I don't know if the process was done right. I don't know if it was done wrong. I don't know if they abused the power. I have no idea. None. I won't even pretend. Frankly, it worked out for me, not so much for them at this point. But it was clear that's what went on because the circumstances, the lack of information given, the denial of information, me saying the police and stuff is behind this to the doctors and all the staff at or every single one of them, they predominantly and abruptly constantly try to shut down that idea. And I said, well, how the fuck do you know? You know what I mean? At one point, I got mad at them, innit? I was like, how the fuck do you know that what I'm saying is so wrong and can't be the truth? Like, what's so impossible about what I'm saying? They immediately said, oh, you got psychosis. Whatever, innit? And obviously, that process carried on between 2019 and 2022. I guess just way too often, about 5, 6 times. Yeah, about that between 4 years, just in and out of this hospital. Um, the longest I've ever spent in there in about 2 months. Yeah, nobody can argue with me. I can tell you when I went in and I went out. I can tell you layout by. You see, that's the problem that they're gonna have. If I've never been inside these fucking places, am I a psychic that they can just tell what's going on in these buildings? They're gonna have a major issue because my memory is that good. I can tell you layout for layout, room for room, door for door, shit like that, exactly how everything's laid out. They're gonna have to destroy half of them buildings and rebuild them, or destroy them and say they never exist and made it up. Well, then they're gonna have to have a problem. Then they're gonna have to destroy a whole town, city, and village because what I did at the time when they brought me to these weird little hospitals, I ensured to walk around the whole fucking place. But I weren't a fool there. I don't know England like that. Like I only know Manchester and small places to get me in it. So what I did was make sure the moment they gave me a section 17, it's like leave, we can walk out and whatever, whatever. I go around and explore the whole goddamn place for like maybe a mile radius right around to ensure I've got pure landmarks in my memory. I can fucking close my eyes and fucking describe everything like a fucking GPS would do it. Yeah. I ensured that I did that. Well, because I don't know if they knew that I was capable of doing stuff like that. It's called, I can't remember what that, people with memory in it, eidetic memory or whatever, one of them things. I weren't sure if they were capable of that, but best believe I am. I can describe every fucking thing, multiple ways to get to certain places from the hospital and back. I ensured to make sure I did that and I learned that. So they're gonna have to spend a lot of money to destroy these fucking buildings to discredit what I'm saying. Good luck. So good fucking luck. Let's see what's worth more, really. But anyway, so this is where I signed up. And at first fucked around with these guys. Anybody know Manchester? Obviously that's Arctic. What's it called? Arctic Green or Park or whatever. That door. And to the side there you can see there's a garage. You go into that door, there's like a little room in there where you pass through the front door, like you see there. You go in there, there's a second door. It's all this weird varnished wooden thing that was there at the time, like them old time wooden door. As you can see, it's like an old time building. You go in there, it looks like a pub, innit? Inside the building actually looks like a pub. To the right, there is actually like a pub thing that has like had these weird red carpets that you'd seen all the pubs and stuff. I mean, and there to the left, there's like a changing room, showers and all that. And you get me, innit? I know I can describe these fucking things. Obviously, I don't need every single detail. But what the fuck would I know? Why would I know what's in that building if I've never been there? What fucking point could I have in there? But what I'm worried about is this guy that represented himself as fucking H. I've asked him multiple times, like, what's his name? He just didn't want to tell me his name, and I'm thinking, like, why are you trying to hold back and saying what his name is? Like, yeah, because I never see it before. I know another one. I know another one's name. Trust me, I know his name. I know I can describe where he's from, his accent, blah blah blah. He didn't do anything wrong to me. I never really was suspicious. I suspected that he was merely doing his job that one night. So I don't really have anything against that guy. Yeah, but if it comes down to it, it comes down to it. Innit? It is what it is, isn't it? But there's this particular guy called H, innit? And when they moved from here, they shut this down and they moved. What's it called? Showcase in Garden. And all of a sudden, this guy called H just popped up in this fucking place. But, and when they popped up in this place, yeah, like I wasn't going there that much, if I must be honest, because after this bit, I first ever went to one of the weekend things, just to, where they show you see what it's like and they chat shit about fucking social media. You can't say this on social media, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. So they started to bring up Facebook and all that. And so anyway, me being me, I'm falling asleep in this classroom because that's just my nature. I've always been that person. And now thinking back about it, I realized someone was fucking medicating me because the government was secretly medicating me and secretly writing reports about my mental state and all this nonsense. And obviously, what they're gonna try and do is obviously get rid of them paperwork and make it look like I'm lying and I'm making up stories. It's not like them things are hard. Common sense would tell you that well, them things can be done and they are done quite frequent where people because they've got what you call like I said the fixated threat team, what they are police and mental health service. So the man obviously do write reports. They're obviously surveilling you, watching you. Yeah. So it is possible. It is possible. It's more than proven that it's a possibility. Why they deny it obviously means they were doing something wrong. Whatever. But I don't care about that. But just watching these videos over, I keep realizing the same thing because when I went when I went in 2019 after I was brought to the private hospital, so I was tricked into going to MRI hospital by my child's mother. I'm not quite sure if the child is mine, but I've got text messages and various references that said the child is mine. So whatever. My name's not on the birth certificate. And for 6 years, I asked her 6 years straight since the day the child was born until February, the 5th of February 2023, obviously February this year. For 6 years straight, I asked her to put my name on the birth certificate. She said that I'm inconsistent. She said that I'm always leaving. She said that, oh, I don't deserve to be on there. She says quite a lot of stuff, whatever. So I thought, all right, 6 years, I gave her enough time. So I fucked off. 6 years is more than enough. Like, I think it went, I gave her a bit too much time, but just for the benefit of doubt to ensure that I'm in the right. And obviously, whatever is going on there will always be in the wrong. I waited 6 years. I put up with a lot of shit. A lot of shit. But that's a different story. So anyway, in 2019, my son was like 2 years old. He was born 2017 October. At the time, McDonald's wasn't giving me any more shifts. I started to work for this little cleaning company. I don't know if it's a big company or whatever, how big it is in the UK, but it's called Mighty. And I used to clean the co-op near Cheetham Hill Hospital. So it's like on that little road, isn't it? It's like a little side road, isn't it? That bends round to the hospital and that. I used to clean there and that at night time because obviously I needed money, struggling, don't know what's going on around me, I'm confused. All these various things are taking place, blah blah blah, whatever. Ended up, me and her ended up in drama. Um, basically, I don't even know what happened, but anyway, she kicked me out of the house. Rah rah rah. I ended up. What was it now? I can't remember what I did there. Anyway, she kicked me out of the house. I ended up going to London to stay with mum because I didn't have any friends down here. Everybody I thought was a friend, they just started acting dead suspicious around me, and obviously, it is what it is, isn't it? Like it's urban, isn't it? You never know what can go on. So obviously, I weren't leaving myself careless, innit? Like, get me in it. So yeah, it went down like that. So anyway, it's not like I had anybody to ask to stay or put me on the couch. There was nobody there to help me. I was on my own, like deserted and that. You know what I mean? So fuck it, innit? Yeah. I went to London. I bought my dad or stepdad, whatever the fuck he is. He said that he knew somebody that could sell me a car, like a little Peugeot 206. So my car crashed some stagecoach bus, some white man in Manchester. Crashed in my car for no reason. The police refused to investigate it. They omitted it from my police file and not. It's just dead waste. So obviously I know it's the government behind it. It's too obvious. And I think it's these man from this place, they're the ones behind it. Anyway, so he said that I bought the car off him. He gave him £100. It had green seats in it. Full of cobweb. The left door was dent in it. So I said to him, I said, "Yo, is this car coming from a fucking what do you call it now? An impound lot?" So you know where when police take a car, seize a car, they put in an impound lot. I said to him, "Yo, is this car coming from an impound?" They kept on like swearing and arguing. So I stopped asking because I thought that's weird. Because the car was running fine, the engine was good, everything was good. But it just had this massive dent on it, like somebody hit it. And then it's like, it's like there were just all these cobwebs, and it's just this car just that was sat around for ages. So I just obviously thought that it could be that somebody had the car and got rid of it. But me being me, I went to the extreme about the vehicle to I guess cut that part out of it. But long story short, anyway. So I ended up having to give him back the car, because he worked at this like body shop and that. And I bought a door, fixed the car, the dent on the door, blah blah blah. So obviously the car was fine, no problems with it, drove it and that, blah blah blah. Ended up couldn't afford the insurance. Me and her are kicking off all the time. One got arguments. She's calling police on me, saying that when the baby was born, I'm showing signs of mental illness. And I'm looking at this girl, I'm thinking like, yo, what's going on there? You get me, you know? Like this bunch of white police officers, and obviously she herself is like that. I'm thinking, all right, fuck it, innit? So the police, I've got a video of it to this day. And the police is like, if you don't do things our way, then there's a problem in it. I was like, I'm looking at him, I was like, all right, whatever. Innit? So there's like, if you don't leave, as in if you don't leave the house, they're gonna arrest me. So I said, what you arrested me for? He's like, there's conflict in it, whatever, whatever. So I said, all right, it's not my house, it's your house. It's one bugger white man in there. And that's how I see things. Like, who wants to be in a situation where I guess you don't feel comfortable because would a white person feel comfortable in England being surrounded by bare black people who are kind of being hostile towards them? They wouldn't feel comfortable either. I don't feel any way of saying it's just is what it is. We're all human. Nobody, you wouldn't stand around a pack of fucking wolves and be okay with it. You get me? Without anybody beside your side. So I realized I was deserted. I was deserted by her friends, and now she's basically stabbing me in the back as well. Now I've got the police basically threatening me. So I thought, fuck it, innit? Anyway, I went to London, Delta, mother. Oh, you should come here and take a break from Manchester. So I thought, alright, cool. At the time, I didn't assume she nothing there, blah blah blah. There's other things between me and her long before that, but I didn't assume any connection there. Innit? So I went there. Some weird shit happened. She threatened to call. She basically indirectly threatened to call the mental health services on me. Because every night I was sleeping on a mattress thing in the living room, you know? Because obviously, whatever in it, there's not enough space. There was no intention for me to be there, so I ended up in there, slept on the floor. Obviously, it is what it is, innit? Man's toughing it out, man's soldiering it out, innit? It's not like life has never been worse, innit? So I'm sat there, at night time, I'd go there, lie down. This weird guy upstairs, like, I could just hear him, like, dropping shit on the floor upstairs every single night I go to sleep. Like, literally, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Like, every hour I'm waking up. It's like, he's just sat up. You know, like, when somebody knows where you are in the living room. Because I was there for around 6, 7, 8 months, innit? And I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, this guy's probably upstairs doing something, innit? But it got to, like, the third month, fourth month, I'm thinking, like, every night, like, and I said to her one day, I said, yo, like, who lives upstairs? She's like, oh, she don't know. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, alright, fair enough. So I started watching the flat upstairs now to see who is it up there, innit? So he looks like, I don't know if he was mixed race or Asian, but he's an older guy, innit? And like, well, what I did one day, I could hear him upstairs, yeah, because he has like, the way it sounded to me, like he's got a cabinet in his house. And obviously, if you slam a cabinet, it goes through the wall, but the walls are soundproof, innit? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like he would always slam this cabinet door all the time. There's no arguments, no nothing. So there's no reason. He's not upset about anything. He just slam the cabinet doors at a certain point. So I was like, I started to pay attention to it. Like I started to time it. I started to know when he's gonna do it. Weird little things like that. So I didn't tell anybody. I just secretly sat there doing it. Like you get me in it. And I started, like I said, I started to pay attention to his house. I started to watch him and watch what goes on. And he had like a kid and like some woman was living there and that. So one day, maybe about 4.5, 5 months into it, like I knew what was gonna happen in it, like because I didn't hear any movement upstairs. They weren't there. They came in, so I thought, all right, cool. I could hear like the kid because the windows were open, so I could hear like the kid upstairs. So it got to about half 1, 2 o'clock. I don't go to bed till around them times. Yeah. All of them lot would have been to sleep, blah blah blah. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna sit here all night and see if this cunt is gonna bang whatever that thing upstairs is. Because it sounds like he's slamming the cupboard door and it sounds like he's dragging like a table. So it's like he has no carpet in his house and it's just like a wood floor or something. So I could hear him dragging the table every fucking night. You get me, innit? And I thought, right, this night it was like a Wednesday night. Innit? So I thought tonight I'm gonna literally just lie here and listen. Innit? And so said so, done it, did it. And I thought, alright, that's strange now, innit? Like he does this every night. You get me, innit? Like, but it's always over my roof. Like, so obviously I was sleeping in the living room. He's always doing it at night time, exactly over where I'm sleeping. So I fucking said to Delta and Christina, my sister, I said, yo, do you ever hear the guy upstairs? She's like, oh, sometimes. I was like, okay, cool. So I never made her any wise. I didn't say anything. I didn't say why. She asked why. I was like, nothing. Because obviously at that point I started to be suspicious of her too, innit? You get me, innit? So I thought, let me not say nothing, innit? So anyway, the next day, I waited till night time and I went and I heard it like about 1 o'clock at night and I heard it like he slammed the door, then it's the same pattern. Whatever the cupboard is, or it's clearly a wooden cupboard of some sort. Like anybody knows what one of them wooden fucking cupboards in the living room. He slammed it and he went and he drew it. Every single night he does it the same way. Slams it first, boom, and then right over my head. So I went and I flung. I had like a little penny because I sat there with the penny waiting for him the whole night, innit? And he did exactly what I expected. So I went and slammed the penny on his living room window. He's like, "What?" I was like, yo, stop making that noise, but it's annoying me at night time. You've been doing it for ages. And he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, right, mate, stop doing it. I went back in. It went quiet for a few nights and then started again. I thought, all right, you're definitely going out of your way to annoy me. So I started to, I guess, associate what was going on in Manchester. Started to associate it with her behaviour, Christina's behaviour, and this little pussy all upstairs. So one day, this police car came and I left and I came back and this police car was just there, innit? And I saw them at the top of the building. So it's as if they're walking around everybody's house. That's what I thought. And I thought, okay, all right, it's making sense. The picture is coming together now, isn't it? That is the police is going around saying something. So obviously I went back in their flat and I sat down waiting for the police to come down because I saw them at multiple doors. Yeah, I saw them at multiple doors because I'd go out have a cigarette. I saw them at multiple doors. They didn't come and knock on the door on my mother's door. They didn't. Because everyone else was at work. Delta, Christina, all of them, they fucked up to work and whatnot. So I'm sat there waiting for them to come and knock that door now. They didn't come and knock that door. They knocked every other door. Because when you go through, so like you go through the front door, you got the steps, blah, 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 like them flats in London. He knocked every other door except that one. I thought that's suspicious. I said, why would you go around knocking every door but this one? So, you started to put the the picture together. So these cunts were saying something about me. That's why they had no reason to come to the door. They were fucking smart. They would have just knocked on and said something random. But they're clearly not the most intelligent people there. Or I guess they didn't realize that I saw them in it. So I put it down to that maybe. They didn't think I saw them. So anyway, I watched them, I looked through the people, watched them leave. It was this little short police hair, she had like jet black hair, and this other police guy, like big tall guy, and whatever. So I saw them anyway. So um uh, I tried to get my money from the insurance from my car that was hit. They paid me £2,000 for the insurance. So I don't know nothing about insurance. First time I've ever had an accident. First time claiming and whatever. So obviously it's some English guy on the phone. So I'm saying, you sure it's only £2,000 for the vehicle? Because the finance that I signed said it's 5 grand. He's like, no, the car's only worth three. I said, what? He said the car's only worth £3,000. I'm saying, you're mad, dude. Like that was the car when the car crashed. It was 2016, yeah, 2016, June 2016, the 9th of June 2016, and the car was an '09 plate. So what's that? 7 years old. We only done like what 89,000 miles at the time. It was a Vauxhall Astra SRI pack and all that. I said, "What you mad with that? Car's only worth what 3 grand? You crazy?" He had like 19-inch alloys, like proper alloys, not like shitty ones. That it comes from the factory. You order it from the factory like that. So I'll put it on there. I'll put it on in a minute. Innit? And I thought, what is going on? I started to think to myself, like, what is really going on here? Innit? So SRI Astra, yeah. So bear in mind at the time when I claimed, obviously it would have started the claim when the car crashed 2016. So at the time, obviously what he was saying to me didn't make sense, innit? Yeah, X-Pac, man. So it's this one. Man. So at the time, what he was saying to me didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Because anybody that knows that obviously you have the VXR. That's the one that comes, the 2 liter one that comes turbocharged. That's the one where it's just what it's a 1.8 engine, and so you have the various forms of club, blah blah blah, the various forms of the base version, and the forms are just different engine types from diesel, 1.2, 1.4, blah blah blah. So this was the 1.8 version, yeah. So because the only reason I bought the car I am on finance I just bought it on a whim, innit? You know what I mean, I just went there, looked. I had a MG Rover. I love the little MG Rover, but he had some sort of issue where it was I could constantly smell some sort of fume, something in it. So obviously I couldn't afford nothing else. I only work at McDonald's. I live in a shared bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm broke like that in it, but fuck it, innit? Like, I want to drive anyway, so I sacrifice food and clothes and you know what I mean everything else. I sacrificed to drove the car. So anyway, the next day, well, I kept that car for 1 year. And then went and got this. And at the time I say that was an '09 plate one, yeah. So it was F FB09 BBZ, yeah, that was the license plate on it. Yeah. And it had sport button, the whole works, you get me? And I said, mate, you're telling me that car is only valued £3,000. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, you sure? This is the insurance guy I'm talking to. He's like, yeah, yeah. So they said to me, oh well, if you settle now, you can't come back later. And I thought, you know what, I'm a fucking settle now because I'm sure this is gonna come back and bite you, man, in your ass at some point. So I thought, let me settle now. They're gonna try and say, well, you chose to settle. Yeah, I did, but he chose to give me that price. So I just made sure to lock that price in because I thought there's some weird stuff going on here. This whole thing is a bit strange because when I signed the finance, it says 5 grand. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna put on a £2,000 markup on a vehicle. I don't think it works like that. And I'm sure some sort of issue would have come of that, innit? Like if you fuck around, there would be some issue that you can create for them in people who would have done that. So I thought they hit my car, the way they hit my car completely. I was just trying to turn into the back of McDonald's car park on Chapel Street, and the stagecoach fucking white boy just I don't know what he was doing, but he basically wrote the car off, or the insurance company said it was written off. I never seen the car again. I left the car in the middle of fucking town, fucked up. Somebody came and picked it up. I never seen the vehicle again. I literally left the car there and I fucked off because I was so angry and anyway, because I couldn't work out. I drive. I couldn't work out how he got into that situation. So obviously, I reported it to the police. To this day, when I go and check my police report, none of it is on there. I can show you. I can sign into my Google the whole fucking works. I can sign into it or sign into my account and show you what the report says. I literally could do it. And at some point, I should probably do it now. I should probably do it now, to be honest with you. But I've done 2 of them, and I noticed that there's no reports of like these accidents. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm watching this stolen valor thing, man, and that's the point of what I'm talking about. And they're saying that these people are showing fake documents. So, is that what the police is out there and the government's out there saying? That oh I have fake documents about things and they don't know nothing about that because it's not on the report. I've questioned them numerous times about why it's not on the report. They're giving me the runaround, they're telling me all sort of stupid shit. So are these men out here doing stuff and having certain things on my police record that they don't want me to know about? They then send me these fake fucking reports and then he's saying that I'm out here fucking faking reports because I need to get myself in some serious troubles to hear what they have to say in that courtroom because it would seem that's the only place it's going to make sense and they're going to come out with certain shit. Because, like I say, they gave me 2 grand, yeah? and said that they said they gave the insurance company free, and this was 2018. Yeah, cool. The car crashed in 2016. I was still paying insurance up until the 2 grand that I received from the insurance company. I was still paying the, what do you call it now? The finance, yeah. I don't know how finance works in that case, but after the car was written off by the insurance company, I was still paying the finance. I thought, okay, cool. I don't know if that's how it's meant to be. They paid me the 2 grand. Still, they said that I thought they had to pay for the whole fucking car if you crash it. It's only 5 grand. You'd assume that they'd pay the whole car. I still was paying. It still was coming out of my bank account right up until 2021. So the car was crashed 2016, 2021, and 2021. I was still fucking paying for that vehicle, even though I didn't have it. I lost it 4 or 5 years before. I had 2 cars after, and I was still fucking paying for that car. While they're saying that, while they only gave me 2 grand, while they're saying the car they paid the insurance company for the car, but I'm still paying it. So I didn't say anything to the insurance company. Them pussies owe me money. One of them, either the insurance or the car company, somebody owes me money. Because one of them is called money way, innit? Yeah? Somebody owes me money there. And I've not said nothing. I sat there and I watched them, innit? And I thought, alright, you might think you're so clever, innit? Yeah, what would the police? I thought to myself, what the fuck would the police do here? The police would sit there and watch them do it and not say anything, innit? You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I did. Because I thought somebody's trying to stitch me up here. And that's exactly what I did, exactly what the police would have done. You sit there and watch them do it. And then obviously whatever they try to do as a result, I'll bring that up and say, well, somebody explains how it works. I have a father, he's lived there for what, over 20 odd years, he's been driving the whole time. He would have known how the insurance works. I asked him, he's like, I can't help you. I was like, what? My father, married to my mother, meant to be my dad, meant to be my sister, that this is what I am told, this is what I'm led to believe is the truth. This is what they constantly reinforce, that is the truth, that these 2 people are my mom and dad, and she is my biological sister. So I said to him, this is going on. He's like, oh, I can't help you. I was like, what do you mean? Uh, and he was just like, you know what I mean? He would avoid it every time certain topics come up. He'd leave the house and then just dead weird. So he kept on leaving like me and Delta in this argumentative state. It was like, what's going on, innit? They're like, they don't have a clue. So it was like, I could tell they were lying, innit? Anyway, so obviously I didn't say anything. So I just asked my little questions, um, get the answer that they decided to provide. And it weren't about the answer, it was just about how they behaved giving the answer. You know what I mean? So like I said, I thought to myself, well, what would the police have done in this situation with the whole car and blah blah blah. So my last payment to that vehicle was 2021. Bearing in mind, I'm not accusing them of nothing. I'm just saying I don't know how it works. I can't seem to get the information or anybody to divulge or help in explaining to me exactly what should have been the process. Because I assume when you pay your insurance, you get in an accident. It depends on who's wrong, right? If you're wrong, your insurance pays for the damage on their vehicle. If they're wrong, their insurance pays for the damage on fucking your vehicle. That's how I see it. What actually went on there? I couldn't tell you. I can tell you the figures that was quoted. Was paid 2 grand. It was paying £18 a month from 2018. I was paying £18 a month right up until 2021. Somewhere, I think like June 2021 was my last payment. I don't know how it works. I'm not accusing anyone, but it does seem odd, in it, that I thought your insurance would have just squashed that and paid that off, and then obviously it would cause your premium to rise because you become a risk. Yeah, that's what I thought it to work, but apparently I'm wrong. So, mm, so when I moved to London, that's when I started playing Ultimate Team. So you know this whole thing with the game. That's when I started playing it because I had nothing else to do. I was sat around. So anyway, I came back to Manchester. Delta came to Manchester with me. We went to my child's mother's house. Immediately there's friction, and I thought, whatever. That sometimes the police were called, and at one point, police removed me. At one point, police said, "Well, she should go to her mum's because I have nowhere to go." Apparently, they couldn't keep me out of the house. So she went to her mum's. Blah blah blah. So anyway, all of that. I came back down. We went to. Oh, we was only a baby, innit? We went to Nando's. I said I ain't got no money, man. You got what I mean? Said I ain't got no money. Like I tell any girl you've ever seen me in any restaurant anywhere with, yeah, I've always made them know that I ain't got no money, and they force the issue. And I'll be like, I don't want to go because I don't have any money. I don't like to be paid for. They're like, oh, it's fine, whatever, whatever. So just in fucking case that's the case. So anyway, I came down with Delta. I left the Peugeot at her house because that's technically where I was living before I left. Yeah, immediate drama, and I thought, fuck it. Like I came down, and 4 hours later, I was like, nah, I'm going back. Yeah. So anyway, we got into the car. I had her keys on. I had her keys on the. I had her keys on the fucking what do you call it now? On my car key, innit? So her door key. So she came on like giving me keys. I was like, why? So anyway, it got into a point. She tried to grab the key out, and I grabbed onto the keys and I stepped out of the car. Because I'm trying to step out of the car, like, God knows, like, I don't think I was gonna do anything to her. She lives in a fucking street where she grew up all her life. I'd be dumb in it, yeah. And obviously to you, man, I don't care how you feel, but if you feel a way, imagine how I felt. She grew up on that street. You know what I'm insinuating there, innit? So I don't care how you feel, I feel the same way, so we can all feel that way, and where it leads is where it leads. So anyway, she tried to grab the keys, so I held on to the keys, but my mum started saying, "Oh, please, Colin, don't." I looked at her and I thought, "What do you mean?" She sat in the passenger seat. She's like, "Please, Colin, don't." I was like, "Don't do what?" So I looked at her and I thought, "Why? What kind of, like these little things to me, like they're important in it, like." The kicking and the screaming and the shouting, that don't mean nothing in it. Like it's the little things I really focus on in it. So I looked at her and I thought, what kind of response is that? What do you think I'm gonna do to her? You get me in it? Like why would you assume what's going on there? But I said nothing to her as usual. I just ignored her. I pulled the keys off, drove off. I drove down to Manchester HQ, that big glassy police station, yeah. Just on Fayersworth, what's it called? Newton Heath there. Buzzed it. Yeah. I was out there about 10 minutes, nobody answered. This police car drove. I was like, yo, well, let me in. He's like, what do you want? I was like, yo, bro, it's a police station. It's a public thing. I don't know if it's actually a police station we can publicly walk in or not. I just assumed so. So maybe I was wrong. So he was like, nah, leave, go somewhere else. So I thought, again, like, these little weird things. So I said nothing. I thought I backed up the car, fucked up, went to London, sat in the car, like, obviously it's the whole thing. I'm trying to put the whole thing together. I'm driving, trying to put the whole thing together, and I'm just chilling in it, just trying to put the whole thing together. And in my head, I'm thinking, uh, Delta was dead quiet in the car, and we did say stuff to, but at the time, I weren't really paying any mind because I'm just trying to piece this whole thing together because a lot is going on in it, and it's meant to, in my head, it's always trying to paint me as the person that's the threat to get me in it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's why it seemed to me like it's always trying to paint me as the problem. You know what I mean? Because like I said. Where she lives, she was born and raised. She's born and raised in this country, born and raised in this town, born and raised in that community, born and raised on basically on that street, far as I'm aware of. And that's what I was told. Who knows what went on behind closed doors? Who the fuck knows the truth? Well, that's what I was led to believe. So I'm standing on what I was told by these people. So I drove up. We got there about six, yeah, about 6 o'clock in the morning. Another time I went, I came in. So I got there about 6 o'clock, whatever. I came down to Manchester. I went to look a job now at Stagecoach, innit? So I came down like 3 times. Yeah, I came down like 3 times between staying at Delta's house and Manchester. Yeah, to Stagecoach. So obviously I came down for the interview. They had this weird thing, like not like an icebreaker, but you had like this little class thing. I came down for that. Yeah. So like I said, that one of them times I came down for the stage coffee, I went to Nando's with her and the baby because obviously I'm not seeing the kid for like months, innit? I was accused of stealing money from her. So anyway, me being me, I heard, I saw, but I said nothing. So anyway, I was focusing on seeing the little kid. So while in Nando's now, like she, I was walking in front of her. I said, "Well, you're paying for it. You're paying for it. You invite me. I told you explicitly I don't have the money to you." So anyway, she raced past me and she sat where the wall is because she's aware that I don't like sitting with my back against crowded areas. I like to have my back facing the wall. So she flew past me and sat there and she put her back to it. I thought, all right, cool, whatever. I sat with my back against the wall. People just kept on coming past and just brushing the back of the chair, like yo. And I swear, like I was just there, I was there, and I'm trying to focus on not reacting to like these people that's doing it. I'm trying to conversate with her. I'm trying to like not make myself look like um. I guess you get take you a girl's paying for you. She has a baby with her. Any little argument, everyone's going to run to her rescue, and you're automatically going to be the bad person. Given what she looks like, given what she sounds like, you get me. The odds are stacked against you. So I said nothing. I played it off, pretending like everything was chilled and cool. Yeah? So I'm very good at that. Very good at that. Yeah, because I'm aware of certain people and how certain things go. Innit? I mean, I ain't saying it's everybody's like that, but I'm saying I'm aware of some people who are like that. So like I'm dealing with all the people like in obviously in the restaurant, it's a busy restaurant. I'm dealing with trying to like, you know what I mean, talk to her. I'm dealing with like trying like, you know what I mean, obviously looking at my son, blah blah blah. And every time like would lean over to the kid, it's like somebody has to come and like, oh, is your food alright? Or somebody walks and brushes behind me. It's just every time I try, it's like, you know what I mean, to hold the kid is some form of thing. Somebody they've licked my coat off like 3, 4 times in the fucking place. But yeah. So anyway, I got up, I went and got a drink, blah blah blah. Anyway, boom, moved on. And I went back to London. I think I drove back to London the same night, I can't remember. And my sat nav just started going mad, like mad. Um, it took me to London fine. I got near London where I recognised. Yeah, my sat nav started driving me around central London, pure city parts. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is going on with my sat nav, innit? You know what I mean? So I rang Delta, I was like, oh, I'm this boss, do you know where this is? She's like, oh, she has no idea. She's like, oh, you just sat nav, what happened to your sat nav? I said, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not working. I tried my sat nav, I tried my phone. Both of them are fucked up, leading me around. I'm just driving around London like 2, 3 hours. I'm fucking driving around this place, but like, you get me? Like, this was like 12 o'clock at night, innit? You know what I mean? I'm just driving around, driving around. And at the time, I'm not thinking this has nothing to do with what's going on, but now I do, innit? You know what I mean? Because it's meant to, the whole thing is meant to It's like a trance in it, you know what I mean? All this stress, pressure, all these weird things going on. Now or like some you ever seen a movie where somebody is drugged in some sort of way and they're just walking around not knowing where they are? It's like that sort of thing, innit? And so I'm just driving around London now. Obviously, I thought, fuck the sat nav. I started reading the signs. So it's like, oh, North London, South London, blah, blah, blah. So I'm heading in the direction, the general direction. And at some point, I hit somewhere where I recognized somewhere. I knew my way back to somewhere, if that makes sense. Innit? And it was just dumb luck. It was just blind luck. I just followed the sign that said the general direction. Ended up hitting on a road. Because once I went to London, yeah, I've never told anybody this story, not even my own mother. Once I went to London and it was like winter time, this would have been around 2013, 14. And where I went, I don't even know where I was going, but I was doing something. Yeah. And even if I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't say it. But anyway, coming back, the bus broke down. Did it break down for real? Questionable, innit? Like, quite a lot of things has to be questioned at this point. And it was snowing, innit? Like proper snowing, but like yeah, I was like 4 or 5 miles away from the house, bro. And it was the last bus anyway. You get me in it. It was the fucking last bus, 4 or 5 miles. And apparently this bus broke down. So I got off, I was the only person. No, there were two people on the bus, but not like I know who they are, where they're coming from. I didn't care. So I thought, fuck it. So obviously, everyone knows what London's like. It can be rough, innit? Obviously, it is what it is. So I'm thinking like, right, I ain't got no money to get no taxi. Um, Screwed, innit? So about 4 or 5 hours of walking home in the snow. I got to this little place and like, the car pulled up. So I'm stood there looking in the car now, and there's like 4 or 5 men in the car, innit? Obviously, I don't know who these men are, but I would assume they're pretenders of some sort or they're associated. But these men they like the Broadway thing, innit? You know what I mean? Like they like play acting, innit? So it's like, oh, where you from? So I looked at him and I thought, I thought, right, I'm thinking of the appropriate response. So I said, what does it matter? So the guy, as soon as I said that, the guy at the back wound down his window and he's just staring at me. So I'm staring back at him, because it's done gone bad anyway. It's not like whatever it is what it is at that point. It's already gone bad, innit? Then whoever they are already spotted me. I don't know where the fuck I am. I know that route from the bus. That's about it. I don't actually know the area and that. So like all of them in the car. So this mixed race guy, he was in the passenger seat talking. He's the one that's asking me where I'm from. I was like, doesn't matter. He's like, yo. So the other guy in the back is like, yo, 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 yo. So I looked in the back again, innit? It's like the one that wound on the window, I assume he's the one closest to the door. He's just staring at me, innit? But I can hardly see his face, innit? So obviously the mixed race one, it just so happened that the street light was shining so I could see him. Obviously, if you're standing up on the side, you can only see the people on the side unless you bend down. In it. So obviously, I'm not going to bend down and look in the car because I'm not making it look like I know man in it. You get me in it. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know who them is. But you bend down in that car, it looks like you fucking know them man. Innit? So I ain't bending down and looking in that car. I stood up and only focused on that guy that was just at the left, and I focused on the mixture guy. So he's like, oh, where you from? I was like, I don't know where I'm from. I said like, oh, I'm from Manchester, I'm from Birmingham, I'm from London, I'm from Jamaica. So he just stared at me, and he's like, alright, cool, cool, boss, cool, boss. Yo, bear in mind, I don't have a fucking clue where I am. I just know the road. So if you know what I mean, you know the road, but you actually don't know where it is in. You get me? So and it's like I'm walking back now, like yo, it's freezing, blood, freezing. I didn't even have a proper jacket, no proper shoes. I'm wearing trainers, no fucking coat, no hoodie on, just a t-shirt and whatever shit I had covering myself, whatever. So obviously, all of this is just going off. Like it's just a constant barrage. You know what I mean? And like at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, right, that's it is what it is. It's one of them situations. Man, see you strain. Man, want to know who you are to see if he recognize you. I assumed it was that at the time, innit? So I made the assumption. I say it's one of them situations. Yeah, it's normal. Innit? I just thought man's just looking at me because obviously you could be anybody in it. So man's just coming to check on you in it to see if you're a stray dog. You get me in it. So they drove off anyway, and I'm walking. Yo, when I got back to the house, blood like I swear to God, I needed falling out, man. I never said nothing to anybody. That's me, bro. They get me in. Yo, if I don't trust you, I ain't saying shit to you, but like, that's how I am. And you can see most people say, "Oh, I keep secrets and I'm always quiet. I don't trust nobody." In it. It's as simple as that. Innit? So anyway, I don't care about that. Anyway, I got the job at Stagecoach. Blah blah blah. Um, moved back to came back to Manchester because of the job. Stayed 2 nights in ETAP Hotel because it was cheap. Ended up back at my child's mother's house. Then moved to Cheetham. Got to Cheetham, signed the papers. Yeah. In less than a week, I came back and so the door was broken. So I said to the landlord, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "What do you mean?" This little Chinese landlord, he was called Lee, whatever. He was dead young and he weren't that old. So I thought that's a bit strange. I think you're a bit young to be being a landlord because usually that's old people thing or if you're a money man. So I thought you're a bit young to be a landlord. So it's like he doesn't know. So at the time I had a different phone. I took pictures of it. That phone just went missing because obviously the people, whoever is coming in the house investigating, they are removing all trace evidence of what they have done. They think they're clever and they'll never win. They'll never get out of what they've done because I won't allow them to. So anything I have in this house, they remove and that can point to the evidence of how long it's going on. They remove it. So they end up stealing the phone anyway. I've got pictures of the phone and pictures of what was relative on the phone. Yeah. So anyway, while in that fucking house near Cheetah Mill there, it's like I kept on feeling like people are coming into my house. Mhm. So I bought like a parrot. I bought a parrot and like a TV. So on the way back to Manchester, yeah, I bought a TV from this family. It's like a 40-inch TV they were selling. They had the advertisement going through whatnot. Yeah, it had no stand on it. I paid about 60 quid for a pocket in it because I didn't have any TV, blah blah blah. Anyway, moving to this property now. All of this weird stuff is going on. I had a parrot I went to London and brought it back. My sister is like, "Oh, that my mum would have never allowed her to bring a pet in the house." So I'm looking at it, I said, what's that supposed to mean? I'm looking at it thinking, like, what is actually that supposed to mean, though, innit? Like, get me in it. You know what I mean? So she was just acting strange and saying weird things, innit? Like, she's insinuating that I'm getting away with stuff, innit? You know what I mean? So it's like she's insinuating that I'm being favoritized. It's not like I've ever asked anybody to favoritize me. I just want a normal life, but it ain't meant to be normal, so make it what it is, innit? You know what I mean? So anyway, this Asian girl, she was sharing a room in the flat, innit? So there was like a 2 bedroom flat. She had one room, I had one room. I had a few gal come round. She would always like, in my opinion, you know what I mean? She'd always come out of her room as soon as she hear the door comes in. She hears any like voice in the house. She comes and checks. So it's like, I just thought she was monitoring, like she's trying to see who these faces are and who was coming in and out of the house. So obviously, you can say it can be normal, but then given the context, yeah, it's like she was making a note of who comes and who goes. You know what I mean? So anyway, two of my little friends, one would come now, whatever. You know what I mean? People would pass through, whatnot. But as soon as I'd leave the house, go to it, I come back and I feel like my room's been like searched. So I said to the landlord one day, all right, well, cool. I think somebody's searching him. He's like, oh, nobody's doing that. He's the only one with the keys. I don't know why I would say that, but that's what he said. So one day I came back and my TV, I sat down, opened there was like a door there. Like instead of it's like a window, it's like one of them door. It's not a balcony because as soon as you open the door to the flat, the outside it's got like a little metal fence. It's like a second floor flat. And as soon as I opened the door, the vibration, the TV fell over, and I thought that's strange. So I've opened the door every day, every fucking day since I came to this place. The TV's always been fine. I went to work today, come open the door and immediately, and I just sat there watching the TV like flip over. I didn't try and grab it or nothing. I just sat there watching it because in my head I'm thinking that's strange, isn't it? Like that's not meant to happen because obviously I let the TV back this way, yeah. So the walls here, I let it back that way, so it's tilted backwards. So it shouldn't have never flipped forwards. You get me? So I realized right away that somebody came and moved the TV forward and put the base, look, the base of the TV closer to the wall, so it's more flat to the wall now, yeah. So the slightest, because of how the door was, the vibration would have triggered off a chain reaction. Physics triggered off the chain reaction, flipped the TV over. So I just sat there with my controlling hand staring at the TV while it's tumbling down. I picked it up, the screen smashed, and I sat there thinking like, yo. And right away I realized something was wrong, innit? Like somebody came into the room and did that, innit? Right away I picked up on it. Yeah. Because I made sure obviously I understand what balance is, counterbalance is, counterweight and all that. I understand that sort of stuff. So I ensure put it in a way that if the TV is going to fall off the table, it's going to slide back from the base, it's going to slide forward. So it's never going to drop front ways. But whoever came into the house did that to the TV. It's not like you're going to think that's going to happen. So there's no way you could predict that. Yeah. So obviously the TV smashed. I didn't have no TV for like 3 days. Anyway, I went to work. I had a friend. I said, "Oh, I found a TV for 20 quid from some guy in Cheatham, some Asian guy." So I said to her, "I ain't got no money. Can you lend me 20 quid?" She lent me the 20 quid and whatever. Went and got the TV. But then, yo, I brought the TV home fine. 4 weeks later, the TV's heavy as shit. Like somebody filled this TV with cement. Like the TV, the weight of the TV just changed out of nowhere. I thought, yo, what? And I thought, so obviously, there is nobody to go and tell these things to because I chose not to say anything. Anyway, so all of that. The girl, she accused me of moving her shit, searching her cupboard. She started accusing me of searching her stuff. And I thought, wait, what? So right away, I clocked on. That's why I confirmed it now. She's trying to reverse it on me. So she's aware of who is doing it. I've got a video of her, like, basically assaulting me and accusing me, innit, of saying that I am putting my hand in her food and I don't wash my hand when I go to the toilet and weird stuff like that, innit? Yeah? So that's what was going on there. So then thought, alright, cool. I obviously clocked what was going on, so I started to record. This Asian guy came out of the room. He's like trying to call her back into the room. I don't know what part he played. I didn't even know this guy was coming into the house. Innit? This guy was coming into the house without me knowing that was going on. Because, like I said, every time I came into the house with a friend, she pops out of her room and I would see her looking at them in it. You know what I mean? Like she's trying to take a mental picture of their face and a description of them. But this guy would just sneak into the house. It's as if they were purposely being quiet, sneak into the house, blah blah blah. So I had a parrot at the time, you know. And the landlord would always call me and saying, "Oh, the girl next door is complaining that the parrot's making too much noise." I was like, "I'm sat in the room, the parrot's not even saying nothing or doing nothing." He's like, "Oh, you're gonna have to get rid of the parrot." So I said, "What? Why am I have to get rid of a parrot? You said I could bring it here. What's the big deal now?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't say that." I was like, "You're lying, blood. Like, I moved here without the parrot. because he said it was okay. I went to London and got the pirate from wherever, whoever. He's like, I didn't tell you that you have to get rid of it. So I said, I ain't getting rid of it. Fuck you, man. Innit? Hung up the phone and that. Yeah. He tried to charge me £100. Obviously, the bills are included with the rent. He tried to charge me £100 extra on the bill, saying ever since I moved in, the electric bill has gone up. I laughed in his face. I laughed in his face. I thought, yeah, mad guy, but like, also, what have I got in this room? And all I've got in this room is a fucking telly and an Xbox. But I ain't got nothing in this room. What you on about? He's like, you're gonna have to pay for it, blah 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 blah. So obviously, I'm going to work at this time. Um, yeah. And then one day my phone was ringing. So this person was just ringing the phone back to back, back to back, back to back. So I thought something was wrong, innit? So obviously I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm looking at the phone. The next day, the guy that I was with snitched on me, innit? So I had the phone in my hand and blah blah blah. So I looked at him and I thought, you man are such snakes, blood. I'm like, you man do so much shit that I've seen. And I've never fucking said anything. Mind my fucking business. And you man actually are continuously snitching on me. So I thought, fine. I was like, I ain't no snitching. I just know that these men are rats to get me in. So anyway, I ended up losing the job as a result of that. Got back to the house and I had to claim benefits and rent in it. So when I went to check on the tenancy, the tenancy claimed that I moved in at a different date than when I actually moved in. It claimed that I was living there prior before I actually moved in, and another part of it was missing. So I said to him, "You need to give me a new tenancy." This guy waited a month to give me the new tenancy, and then tried to say I owe him a month's rent. Yeah, and I said, "Nah, you took a month to give me the tenancy, but I don't care what you're doing. You're a landlord. You should have copies of tenancies. Why you took a month?" Tried to stitch me up saying I owe him money. Anyway, paid him the money when I got the money. Then he's like, oh, one day I got home. I don't even know what happened. The girl, the Asian girl, came knocking on my door. She's like, oh, why are you troubling my stuff? I was like, what are you on about now? Because there's no way I can get in her room. How am I going to get in her room? You know what I mean? She has a lock on her door. Anybody room's being searched there is mine. So that's what I said to her. So she said, you know what, I'm going to call Daniel. So I said, all right, whatever, innit? She called him. He came. So obviously he's Chinese Asian or one of them Oriental places. She's Asian, like Asian. So obviously I'm in this house and thinking, all right, the landlord's obviously up to something. She's up to something. So it made sense to me. The TV falling over. It made sense to me that they were letting somebody in to search the house. She was feeling like unsafe now, innit? Because they now know that I know something's going on in this house. She lives in the house, she's sharing the next flat. The landlord and her is now getting nervous that what like like they say, what if I attack her in it, because it's not like she stood a chance in that house to get me in it. So obviously what they were trying to do is drive me out of the house, because now I know that basically someone's going into my room. Yeah, he's trying to overcharge me. You know what I mean? He's trying to make it difficult. She's trying to accuse me of this. She's arguments. He's trying to overcharge me, blame me for this, blame me for that, blah blah blah. So like it went to a point where I was in my room. I just heard knocking on my door, so I started videoing. I put it on social media, that video. And she came and she started shouting at me in her language. And I was just videoing her. She's like, "Oh, why are you videoing me?" I was like, obviously for my own protection, innit? Obviously you're a woman. I live in this house, right? And there's something dodgy going on here, innit? So she started screaming, whatever, whatever. And she came over, she started pushing me. So obviously I just stood there. No, but I don't need to hit her at that point, innit? Because obviously other girls have done certain things and I've retaliated immediately. And I realized that's what they were stitching up. So I realized the pattern. I started to piece together the whole pattern now, innit? To say, all right, what they were trying to do now is get me to hit her, innit? But it's obviously she didn't do what the other girls did, innit? You know what I mean? She was just trying to push me, and I'm thinking like, you're only a small girl anyway. Like, it's not like what you're doing is going to affect me in any way. So I didn't hit her or nothing like that. So I just videoed her, and like I say, he tried to tell me that I should leave. So in my head, I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to. I didn't want to put him onto that I'm piecing together the story that this was what they were trying to achieve at that point. So I said, I ain't leaving. Let's say go and take it to court. Innit? 2 months later, he still hasn't taken it to court. I say, just saying that you need to leave. You need to leave. I'm gonna take it to court. You know what I mean? You wouldn't take it to court. I said, take it to court. You wouldn't take it to court. I said, as a matter of fact, she needs to leave because she assaulted me. And the law says whoever is the violent one has to go. She packed up and left because it's not like I was going nowhere. They couldn't take it to court. Obviously, what could they have done? They had no choice to continue to play this game that they were playing. And they had to play the game to make it look like, oh, nothing. It's not a setup. But obviously, I clocked on. Yeah. So anyway, she moved. The little fucker came like a day. I said, well, you need to go. He wants to rent out the house to a proper. He wants to rent out the whole house to some family. I said, that's not my concern. I ain't leaving. He was like, you're gonna have to pay all the bills yourself. I said, hell no. I signed the contract. I said, so I ran my contract down. Immediately as the contract was ended, he came and he's like, you need to leave. The fucker came and shut the whole lights off in the house. Like, he literally came and turned off the whole lights in the house. So I was in the house 2 hours, yeah. It was cold as shit, no light, no nothing. I just sat in my room in the cold. I had the door open as well because to let light in from the street light. And I thought, all right, I'm gonna get you man back for what you have done. So I won't say what I was planning on doing there, but it wasn't physical harm to him. Yeah, because obviously I was in the house by myself, whatever, whatever. So I thought I'm gonna get you back for turning that light off. I'm gonna punish you for doing something like that. And I don't know what. It's as if somebody was reading my fucking mind and told him to go and turn that light back on if you know what's good for you. You get me? You get. I don't know. God must have came to him or whatever he believes in must have came to him and told him turn that light back on before you regret your actions. Because I ain't gonna say what I was gonna do now because I don't need to. But trust me, everybody in there would have regretted that. But he turned the light back on. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna leave your place, big man. And because I could have stayed there and forced him to take it to court, they would have lost. They 100% would have lost. I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck around. So I thought I'm gonna let that one slide because there's been a lot of things in different houses where I started to realize the pattern of what was going on. So and then fucking I think I went back to Brian, didn't it? Went back to her and got back with her, whatever, whatever. Cool. Yeah, but I changed the car. Yeah, I changed my car to a Fiesta at that time as well, innit, from London. And before I forget that, yeah, I changed the car to a Fiesta, innit? So I bought it from this. I think he was like, I don't know if he was mixed with white or with black or Asian. It was one of them type of mixed race guys, in it. Like, he could be Asian, he could be mixed with black, white. I traded my car with his. So the Fiesta, I gave him 300 quid and traded the Peugeot, the 300 quid for his Fiesta. Yeah. I looked at the Fiesta before when I see it. I went to where he lived, looked at the Fiesta, it was fine. He said, oh, he's gonna have to I think I said something in it. There's a reason why I didn't get the car at the time. I think it was that I was meant to be paid like the 12 o'clock, obviously, in the night. So he came at 12 o'clock at night. So I jumped in the car anyway, swapped paperwork, blah blah blah. He tried to say I should give him my V5 and he'll send it off. I was like, blood, are you mad? Are you mad, mate? I say that ain't happening, lad. It was like, give me the V5, let's swap it over now. You take that and I take this and I'll send it off myself. Yeah. I got home now. Didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. The car drove fine, blah blah blah. Yeah, cool. Next day I woke up, there's this massive like X, like someone came and keyed the car. The big ass X on the left side of the car. Bro. You know what I mean? Massive X. At the back of the trunk, there's this big dent in the back of the trunk. Like just the next morning I woke up, the car was like that. It weren't like that when I bought it. I'm very sure of it because I checked the whole thing. The next morning I came out, got in the car because at the time I started working at this. It was called the Millennium School. It's like this place on the outskirts of London. I had a construction, but so obviously I was a labourer at this place. So I was driving the Peugeot. That's why I came down and got it to drive instead of getting in a train and fucking around the Lola. So swap the car now, yeah. So I swapped the car like on December the 1st. Yeah, like I said, the next morning I went out and the glass was frosty. So I poured hot water on it and I thought, what's that on the door? It's this big ass, like somebody literally took like a knife, something they took and fucking dig this big X in the side of the fucking door, mate. Like, yo, I was so angry and I thought, yo, why is what? So again, I'm associating with the problem. And like, yo, trust me, I'm raging, mate. Like, well, obviously, there's no one to rage at. And I thought that was the key, innit? That was the key there, innit? So I went in the trunk and I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna be late if I focus on this. I went to the back, opened the trunk, and I thought the trunk, the struts, somebody changed the struts overnight. So, like I said, I checked the car is fine. You know, you open the back of a hatchback, the back just stays up, blah blah blah. The back wouldn't stay up now. All of a sudden, the struts are falling down. It wouldn't stay up. And I thought, all right, cool. I then noticed the dent, this big ass dent at the back, right under the left rear light. I thought, what? So this big X appeared. The struts don't seem to work. I assume they were being changed, and this dent on the car all overnight. Cool. I said nothing. I didn't say anything to Delta. I said nothing because I didn't personally want to bring it up because it would have angered me, and then you just never know. So I thought, all right, cool, and went to work and while going to work, blah blah blah. I said nothing to no one. I did my job, and they got this guy at work, this short old guy. He weared like one of them little Kangol hats. He was the people. Well, there was a guy who managed the laborers. Well, this guy just kept on picking at me, blood. Like there was another black guy there, a little one of them. I don't know. I think he's like Eritrean and that. But he was just picking on me, and he's always sending me to do something, blood. Like every time I try and get a little 5 minutes in the corner, like just to relax, because obviously you're on your feet all day, innit? It's from like started at 8 or something like that. 8 till 4, 8 till 5 if he feels to let you go early. And this guy just wants me to be just going date. I'm thinking like and I pass and see him talking to the little Eritrean kid and they're just stood there chilling. As soon as I come to chill now, he's like, oh, you gonna get that at the end of the bit. I thought, alright, cool. I thought, alright, cool, fair enough. So bear in mind the car is fucked. And this guy is just trying to get on my nerves. But then obviously I thought, you know what, let me say nothing. I gripped my teeth, bared it because I needed the money, blah blah blah. I'm sleeping on the floor at my mum's house. So I thought, alright, cool. Gripped my teeth, bared the whole thing. Then obviously, because of the situation, obviously I'm stressed. The situation in my car, all of this. Then 2 days later, on the 6th or the 12th of December, a letter showed up from the DVLA or one, I can't know from, what's it called, Waltham Stowe Council saying I owe them money for parking tickets. I was like, for what? So when I opened it and looked at it now, it's the fucking car that I swapped with the Peugeot that I swapped with the guy. There's a picture of this guy just sat in a fucking bus lane. But guess what? I changed the very night I got in. Cancelled the insurance on that car, swapped it over to the Fiesta. and got onto the DV. I said, told him I don't own that car anymore anyway. But this guy was just sat in the bus lane, bro, like with his leg up on the door and all this weird stuff on like a busy road in London in Walthamstow. So I rang the DV. I was like, I've never even been to Walthamstow. I don't even know where that is. Bro. Never heard of it. They're like, well, the car's registered. I said, no, it's not. I've got a letter here that says, in me. So anyway, they said, all right, well, they sent me a letter saying, no, you're not responsible, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So again, I'm thinking, oh, that's weird. Like, who does that? Because nobody does that in England, but never mind London, trust me. In London, they don't do that. So obviously, I realized somebody was trying to stitch me up. So anyway, obviously, I did what I needed to do at the time. Anyway. So obviously, I'm highly stressed at this point, my family are of no use. They don't seem to know how to help. That's fine. Alright, I'm a grown man and I deal with it myself. I'm trying to save a bit of money. And this was before I came to London. This was before I came back to Manchester to work for Stagecoach. So anyway, I thought, right, I need more. I need a better job. So I'm looking. Anyway, like I said, all this time, this guy upstairs is still doing this weird thing, banging and drawing the table at these times, like in a simultaneous pattern. So he's doing it this whole fucking time, innit? So obviously, I ain't getting no sleep, am I? So anyway, this morning I didn't get to sleep about 4:30. Fucking woke up at about 6:45. Obviously, it took me like an hour and a half to get to this place. While on the way to work, miraculously there's traffic. Miraculously there's traffic. Anyway, I got to there. I saw the same guy that's constantly like trying to overwork me. I saw him and he was like, "Oh, why are you late?" He's like, "You've been late every week this week." I said, "You know what, big man, it's life, innit?" He's like, "Alright, is that it?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, "Right, you're fired." I looked at him, I thought, "Ah, fuck it, innit?" Fucked up. I didn't even say a word, bro. I just walked off, jumped in my car and got off, innit? Because I knew what he was trying to do, innit? You know what I mean? I knew right away he was trying to get on my nerves from day one, innit? And I just didn't know why, but now I know why, innit? Yeah, so I got the job with Stagecoach, came back and forth to Manchester about 3 different times. Ended up got a job moving with her, blah blah blah. The moving with her, got that place, the situation with the house, with the flat with the Chinese guy and the Asian girl, that played out. Moved out of there, went back to Brownies, got a job at Selwyn's, yeah, it's coach company. Like they kept on putting me in cars, like so you'd have to go and pick up cars, innit? Like obviously you're meant to drive coaches, yeah, because a coach company, so you go from like Manchester, Leeds, whatever. So the specific day, like this black guy who said he was from Belgium, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where he's from, but we came back into Manchester National Express bus station, and when we came back in the bus station, there was this Asian guy. He was driving like a silver BMW. He was blocking the gate for the bus to get in. So he was like, "Oh, people like that should be shot." So I looked at him. Yo, obviously he's driving the bus. Obviously I just got in trouble with it. So I guess what they were doing is trying to show me the way. Whatever, whatever. So he's like, "Oh, people like that should be shot." So I said, "Who?" He's talking about the guy that's blocking the way. So I never to entertain that conversation. I said nothing. Dude. All I said was to make sure I'm thinking who he's talking about, innit? Yeah. But I recognized the guy who was blocking the bus. I recognized him right away, but I know exactly who he was. Yeah. Because I don't think they thought I'd have remembered him, but I did remember him. I won't say from where, but I know exactly who that is. So I was like, alright. So I ignored the conversation because it's a bus fucking full of people. Yeah, there's this Jamaican woman sat behind me. And when we loaded the bus now, she was saying something. I was like, get on the bus. She's like, oh, why you got so much attitude? I mean, I don't know if that was banter or what she was trying to do there, but she was sat behind anyway. So when he said it, like I immediately looked around at her, and because I thought, what is he saying? Like, you know when yo, I was shocked, innit? Like I was shocked. Bro. I was like, what is this guy really saying, innit? Like, so I looked at her, she never said nothing. And I know she obviously heard, because if I heard, she heard. Because when you go up on them buses, the drivers at one side, you were driving the bus, and they had like a seat right at the door where you get on and off the bus. So I was sat right in front of her. So if I heard, she definitely heard. And I just looked at her, she said nothing, and I made sure not to say nothing. You get me in it. Because I thought, nah, you men are trying to entrap me here. You get me in it. Because I know who the guy was that they were pointing at. Yeah, I mean, I know who that fucking guy is in it. You get me in it. So I'm thinking, oh, they're trying to set man up in it. You know what I mean? That's when I first clocked on to and say, that's when I found out who and what is going on there. Innit? So I said nothing in it. I'd go off and try and sneak off because I'm obviously, like I'm saying, I'm always exhausted, blood, and I couldn't explain why I'm always exhausted, innit? And I obviously realized they were giving me antipsychotics or covertly medicating me. And this is the reason why I'm fucking exhausted all the time. And they obviously knew what they were doing by doing that. So I always fall asleep, like, always fall asleep. Yeah. Because they'd have me sat around in this fucking building, not doing anything. Um, guess what? Fall asleep. It's cold. Whatever they're putting in them, whatever they were giving to me, I weren't aware of it. And I couldn't explain why I've been to the doctors numerous times. Doctors were saying they can't find what's wrong with you, telling me to drink coffee and Red Bull. I was like, blood, I'm always tired that you're telling me that's your solution, doctor. And I stopped going to the doctor as a result of that. Because something was clearly going on. And I was putting it all together, realizing yeah, somebody's organizing this whole thing. In it. It's a tactic. Yeah, so I'd go to servings, I'd fall asleep in the room. The manager always comes in, or Colin wakes me up, and then he'll just walk off, and they'll always wake me up. So they didn't give me a bus for myself. Everybody else in that building had a bus that they religiously drove. I was the only one. So I was like a spare driver, you know. Well, they didn't tell me that when they hired me, they did not tell me what they wanted was a spare driver because I don't think that's what they wanted. I think that's what it turned into because somebody just had you sitting around. So you know them type of politics and them type of tactics where they just have you sat around doing nothing, you know, hoping that you fuck off, you know. Obviously, I needed money, so I went fucking off for nothing, you know. So in the end, they finally gave me a bus. I'd go, I'd go pick up these little kids, and yeah. So one day I was coming back. One day I'm driving back, yeah. No problem, not at all. There's like all these trucks started parking like on the bus route because you have to drive a specific route in it to drop the kids off after you pick them up from that school, whatever that school's called. Some school near like not all the edge, but like near Altrincham around them sides. And but one of them, I don't know if it was a posh school or not. But you could assume most schools here are like that and look like that. But yeah, it looked like an alright school and like a bit of money was there and nothing. But all these trucks started parking on the road, innit? The road was tight anyway for the bus, obviously, two lanes, blah blah blah. There's like a golf course to the right. All these trucks started parking there. So anyway, like obviously I clipped the mirror of the bus. Nothing was wrong with the mirror. It was fine. I clipped the mirror at the bus. So I came out, I fixed the mirror, I came back. I didn't tell anybody because it weren't broken or nothing, you know what I mean? You just clipped the mirror slightly in it. And they brought it up. They was like, what happened yesterday? I was like, what happened? It was like, oh, did you clip the mirror? I was like, yeah, yeah. He's like, all right, why did you not say? I was like, because nothing was wrong with it, innit? I checked it. It was fine. No damages to obviously the fucking truck or the mirror, so I didn't think it was necessary. I barely clipped it. So it tells me that they were watching these bus videos because obviously these buses have camera. It shows me that somebody is fucking watching it. You get me in. So anyway, it came down to it. All right, we're not keeping you. And I was like, ah, fine, fuck it. Jumped in my car, fucked off. At this whole time, I would come in my car and things are moved differently. I bought drinks. Um, I found like somebody stabbed the drinks can and tear the drinks can in two and leaked it all over my carpet, all over my car seat. Mad shit is going on, bro. And I'm thinking, alright, cool. I tried to find out how do you get access to like these CCTVs. They're like, oh, the CCTV is not working. You're getting a runaround. I thought, cool. So obviously, I realized somebody's trying to build up anxiety and stress, and they're hoping for a violent outburst. And this was way back in 2018, way back. So anyway, I started to test baby mom to see how much she knows of what's going on. So I said to her one day, oh, I think the police is fucking me. She's like, why do you think that? Like, there's some weird shit in it. She's like, oh, you being paranoid? I thought, why did you jump to that? Innit? Yeah, all right, cool. End the conversation. Taking notice of it. I'm thinking, like, you jumped to that conclusion way too fast, innit? Yeah, it's not like police don't do that as a job, innit? You know what I mean? So anyway, she's like, oh, I called the police and said, right, well, can somebody just take a restraining order? I was in the back garden by myself. I said, can somebody just take a restraining order out against you just based on the accusation alone? He's like, why, what happened? I was like, nothing, I'm just asking a simple question. Boom, next minute they're knocking at the door, innit? I was like, why you man here? They're like, you called us. I was like, I didn't fucking call you. I asked you a simple question. He said, like, well, that means you called us, innit? I was like, all right, okay, okay. So I called to say, well, how does the restraining order process work? You man obviously know what they obviously knew what they were trying to do. And I fucked it up for them. So they tried to ship me out of the house, innit? Because I already questioned what they were, the agenda and what they were leading it up to. And they realized, oh, this fucked, innit? So anyway, she's bellowing up her mouth about how I'm showing signs. So I said, well, I want to hear what she's saying. You two police officers came here, me and her live in the house. Why she not allowed to say it in front of me? This one is like holding my arm in it, like, oh, no, no, you come round here. I was like, I want to hear what she's saying. He's like, no, no, you're not going to hear what she's saying. So right away, I realized, I thought, oh, right. You man are telling her to make false reports behind my back to make me out a threat to her, knowing that she has that child, knowing that you man can use that against me in any court case to ensure that, oh, some white judge is now going to take her aside and say police has been called out numerous times about me, blah blah blah. I picked up right away, acted like nothing, left the property. I went to there's this place like so in Fayersworth when you go through Newton, you have like a little train line. I went round there and for about 3 nights straight, I slept in my car around there. But it's not like I have any friends and nowhere to go. So I slept in my car around there, my little fiesta. Every night as I'd be asleep, like I just see people walking past like the randomest time of the night. But obviously nobody lives around there, nobody has any business to be walking around there. I realized that it was the police. Immediately realized because at that time of the time of the night. Anyway, got back to the house. Couldn't afford fucking. This time I was still living in Finger. Innit? This was before. This was um, this was before I moved into the Chinese guy's house. Yeah. So anyway, I couldn't afford my insurance. So guess what? I ain't working. Can't afford the insurance. I fucking cancel the insurance. I tried to sell my car to We Buy Any Car. I can't remember. They were telling me to drive the car down to them because they were, they've got one of the little things and cheat. I was like, I ain't doing that, because I ain't got no insurance and there's certain things going on. Obviously, I'm aware that I'm being watched, so I ain't gonna run that risk and drive that car knowing that it's like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, maybe it's 60 seconds from where I live to that place in Manchester, Fort, what is it called? I thought to myself, no chance am I doing that. At 60 seconds, them cunts are sat out there waiting for me so they can say, oh, you're driving without insurance, because there was no guarantee that they were going to take the car anyway. So I'd end up driving it back. So I thought, nah, no chance. So I called some guy. He said that he'll give me £100 for it. Nothing was wrong with the car. Like the car only done like what 95,000 miles. Never had an issue with it within the time I had with it. It was fine. And there's another situation that happened where the wheel was bent, and I won't really say what happened on that. That's for when it comes to the legal side of shit. I bring that into the picture, innit? But the wheel was bent, the right wheel was bent on that car. I decided I ain't spending the money to fix that car. I leave it like that for evidence to get me in it. Just in case it goes bad. If I fix it, then it can be denied that it ever happened. So I thought I'd fucking leave it like that. Innit? Yeah, I mean, but yeah, ended up putting the car on a record. So between I got my license in February 2015, and by 2018, 3 years later, I've had four cars. I had an Astra, a little one I bought for £300 on Oldham Road. Um, that car was shit. Then when the Asian kids saw me, like the shit car, it doesn't even work. But like, I couldn't even get it to start. I thought it was battery issues. Bought it, brought it back in less than 24 hours. I returned it. They gave me back my money, and I thought, went and got the MG. The MG seemed fine. Um, I took my insurance out. I went to the guy's house here. This white guy in Reddish. I went to his house. I know where he lives. I remember where he lives and everything. I went there. Saw the car. I didn't even test drive it or nothing. Because guess what? At the time, I trust them man. I thought them man like obviously it's naivety. It was naivety. I can say it now. So I didn't really drive the car. No, I thought the car would have been fine because he parked it right in front of his house. He had like this tall blonde daughter. She looked like she was about 2021. The mom was in the house. He looked like he had a nice house. So I assumed that my bad for assuming. I'll never make that mistake again. Um, I got the car. So when I went there, I looked at the car today. So I knew I was going to look at the car on Friday. I was working at McDonald's. So I did my insurance to start the day after looking at the car. I did it that way because just in case I didn't take the car, the insurance didn't start yet. You know what I mean? And then whatever. So I paid him the £600 the first day, and I said to him, "Oh well, I'll come and collect the car tomorrow, innit? Because I said the insurance starts." He's like, "Yeah, fine." I gave him the £600. He didn't give me any receipt, nothing. Um, I think he gave me the logbook in it. No receipt, but just the logbook in it. Yeah. So I sent off for the logbook. The next day, came and picked up the car. So I went and knocked on his door. Like, "Oh, yo, it's me that's taking the car." Innit? Nobody answered. Whatever. I can't remember. I don't think anybody answered. It was like early morning. Because I finished work. Yeah, I finished the overnight shift. Went to get the car. Jumped on the bus and got the car the early morning. Yeah, driving back home now. Fucking driving through Garden where the park is. Tried to make this turn, and the car really just did this weird thing like it started wrapping itself up in it. I thought, I I thought I put that down to me, innit? But then yeah, I just realized that over a period of time, the radiator just started screaming all the time for no reason. It weren't like that when I just got in. The radiator just started screaming. I thought, why is radiator behaving like that? I realized the hose was coming off all the time now. The old mad shit is going on with this fucking thing, yeah. The air condition, the heater wouldn't work. So you see me driving around Manchester, bro. Yeah. Fucking the window is open. The reason why the window is open because it started letting off like weird fumes, like gas or oil fumes. Obviously you can't lock up in that because it's toxic in it and you can pass out and that. So I'd be driving home in the morning, cold as ice, but I don't care, innit? Like I'm driving, you get me? I don't give a shit what nobody thought at the time. Innit? Like, I mean, technically, I was happy in it. So I'd be driving around in the freezing cold with the window open. Plus, I get to hear the exhaust, all of that. You know what I mean? So it was just a thing in it. You know what I mean, petrol head thing in it. You know what I mean? And then I couldn't get the fucking car to go in fifth gear. Like I just couldn't. And I thought, what is going on here? Yeah? So I do everything to try and put it in fifth gear. It wouldn't. One morning I just wake up and it just started going in fifth gear fine. Like literally just started going in fifth gear fine. And I thought, hmm. Then the whole incident with the police, the hose coming off, leaking out, and then the car breaking down. What I think they've done is put a kill switch in the car. That's what I actually think they did. They installed a kill switch in the car. So that white guy from Reddish, he must have been some form of person or associated with something. They installed a kill switch in the car without me knowing. Guess what? I'm driving wherever they are. They fucking use that kill switch, shut the fucking vehicle off. Yeah, and obviously it's not like I'm questioning him because he had the door lock, no alarm in it. So that lock you can put and lock all the door, but there was no alarm on it. But I never questioned if there was a fucking kill switching the car in the first place. Yeah, because that's what kill switches do. They'll just fucking shut the whole vehicle down. Well, like I said, I'm driving, but the way the vehicle shut off, it didn't even like. We used to say chuckle, but it didn't even like struggle like nothing like that. It just immediately went flat. Like it's immediately. I'm pressing gas, driving around from the stoplight, the left, right at Hilton, right as I'm approaching the bridge. Yeah, I'm just driving, started pressing the gas pedal, nothing. I'm thinking like, what? When I realized the car was fucking dead blood, like, just immediately. And it would just happen too fast for it to be a mechanical problem because I'm pressing the gas, I come around the corner, the left, right at Hilton, coming under the bridge at AMC, where the AMC bridge is, that leads to the tram line, and then you can go up Chapstow Street or right to Deansgate or whatever. The car just went dead blood, like pressing the gas just dead, just completely dead. And I thought, wait, at the time I didn't even know that. I didn't think of that. Obviously, now I'm realizing that makes logical sense of what it was in a kill switch. Innit? And obviously, went around thinking it was an oil related problem. Bam, came back 40 million police officers around the car. I was like, yeah. It was like, then it started all to make sense what I was doing. Innit? It was stitching me up in it. That's an unforgivable crime, but like, that's way too much. I think you went too far, innit? But the reason why I brought that up is because just to say this, after I was tricked into going to the hospital thinking I was supporting somebody and only realizing that they tricked me to get me there to make it look like I'm the one who went and said I needed help. Um what happened next is just them army boy there. Innit? Like I said, that's the start of the conversation about the stolen valor thing. Um I was gonna return the clothes, so I phoned them up like it took me 6 months to get there to give them back their uniform. The fucking guy on the phone was like, "Oh, just throw the uniform away." I said, "What?" Yeah. he said, "Throw the uniform away." The patches went missing off them. Yeah, yeah. The little thing that says British there, it went missing. You know what I mean? I had the bag like massive. I still got a picture of the bag and the boots and everything. So everywhere, every house I moved, I had them fucking stuff with me in it since gotten 2013. Yeah, I've had it there with me. Every house I've moved since, I've always had it with me. So it's like 2019 after they put me in hospital. I decided, right, well, that's it. That's the end of anything that would have come of the army stuff. So technically, I was registered with them for since what 2014 up until 19, 5 years. So I said, I rang them up like, I was like, I'm gonna bring the bag back, and I want my discharge paper. They were like, all right, yeah, somebody will call you about it. Then I got nobody called. I rang back. I said, just throw away the clothes. They'll post out your discharge papers. I mean, I was like, what do you mean? So I sat there. I thought about it. I thought, all right, whatever. I thought about it. I said, wait, this guy telling me to throw away the uniform. Obviously, bearing in mind, they probably didn't think I knew what was going on, or I didn't have a clue who was behind it. But I say, if I throw that uniform away, you have some overly proud nationalist bar here, you get me? That they would have run and gone and say, look at him throwing our uniforms away. And then the government could have used that to say that basically you're not having terrorist views. You've dumped the British military uniform in the bin. You know what I mean? You could see the plot behind that. So anyway, I didn't stop fucking getting at them. At the time now, I moved into Oldham Road, this flat in Oldham Road in Fayersworth. So I didn't stop till gave them back that bag themselves, bro, innit? So this guy I'm telling you about age, like I don't know where he came from, I don't know who he is, but he just started to pop up. Like whenever I'd go there over that period of time, he just started to pop up in the last half and stuff. And he came out and met me outside. They wouldn't allow me inside the building. He came out and met me at the gate right where B&M is. And I thought that was a bit strange. I was like, why didn't you want me to come into the building and return the stuff so you can check what's in there? Why would you not want to check what's in there? That's abnormal for soldiers to be that sloppy, you get me, to fucking just take a fucking bag that they don't know what's in there and just take it into the building. So they assumed something was strange. They didn't want that bag in the building for a reason, innit? Don't know exactly why, but I assume that they wanted to check that bag themselves outside and not let me come in there and check it with them for some odd reason. He handed me the envelope with my discharge papers. I never looked at it. I just looked. He says something on the front. I thought, alright, that's the paper. I've never checked it. But watching this stolen wallet thing, they didn't give me an ID, bro. Like for 5 years, not even five, between between when I actually signed the papers, got the proper uniform and stuff. I've been asking for the ID. I'd go to the little weekends sometime. I'd go in on a Tuesday night. They wouldn't pay me. They wouldn't give me an ID. So now it makes sense what they were doing. They were trying to stitch me up, wear that fucking uniform around, so they can say, "Look at this guy." You know what I mean? Look at this monk. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's a lot, blood. It's a lot. That ain't even half of it. Well, this guy age, but like, he wouldn't tell me his name. This guy wouldn't tell me his name, and I couldn't understand why. Why does it have a plus on there? Don't know, get by now. So, I don't understand what's that plus on there for. What does that mean? Hmm. So I didn't know. I didn't know when you change the game, it changes you recently played with it. No way. I thought it was just one standard thing, but when you change the game, it changes the thing. I didn't know that. Ban this guy. band. One of these cunts me. Where's it gone? So this guy, I don't know what he did. He just spoofed me. He came into the game and he's on 122 pings. This guy that says with this weird military insane shit said he was at 36. This guy came in and went to 132. Ain't playing that. I never play another game in this if it stays like that. I just record it all the time. It's always up. I don't care. Soldier boy just knows that I don't care how many of you there are, man. Tell yourself that you're prepared to fight, and when one fight, you all fight. Tell yourself that. It really makes no difference to me. You fuck yourself up, bro. I'm playing no 71 pings game, but I never play another game of Mortal Kombat with them pings that I do. No chance. Told you, man, a fool. You ain't winning this. You simply never play another game of it. You can keep telling yourself, I used to their chance, but run to every politician in the country and explain what went on. Look at the ping, man. The ping just going up and up and up. I don't know what is going on there, but I seem to having some internet issues, so I'm gonna ring Ofcom tomorrow. I say for some reason I cannot have stable internet. My internet is always unstable. I don't understand why. Innit? So you run to Ofcom before I do. Excuse me. Good Yeah, oh. That's right. Alright, cool. Oh, what the hell is that? What? You won't allow me to go. You won't allow this. You won't allow me to go underneath because I realize I got the upper hand on him, man. It's just like how you see keep coming from up the top. Obviously, smoke is an overhead just the same. And they know I'm faster than them, so they're stopping me from doing it. And I say, I don't care if you're white, I don't care if you're military. That means something to you, British people. I will attack you. The moment I lay eyes on you, the moment. I'm better than him, I know that. No, he won't allow me to do it now. He won't allow me to do it now. They, I literally won't allow me to do what I want. I will attack you with that, trust me. Yeah, just like how he's stopping me from doing that, he's stopping me from blocking as well. Just like they're stopping me from doing that, stopping me from blocking as well. You can see completely reliant on his block. I only use it when it's necessary. But when I'm pressing block, obviously it's distracting to you, because I'm pressing block. I'm not fighting, but I'm trying to just block him to just counter attack him, and they're stopping him from pressing block. And they thought they were so clever. All these things that they would do, I think they're clever men, innit? But I don't need to be clever. I just need to attack you at this point. Innit? That's all I need to do. I let them come and say, "Oh, man, grievance against the military attack soldier." I said they can't. Most of you guys would never beat me at anything without them fucking interfering or disrupting me. I'm simply smart. I've worked him out already. And I've already worked out what he does. I've already worked him out. I know his pattern of play. Innit? So that's why they do these things, because they know I'm like that, innit? But he won't allow me to go over his head there. Grab him now. Grab him. Look, I'm telling you, it's taking forever to do it. Should get him now. He's gonna drop mine. Ah, good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Gave him the armor, innit? Should have that was. No, that's fucking shit, man. No way. Good way, that's a good. I'm better than that. It's just that they're stopping me from doing stuff. Nah, they can't beat me without. None of these guys will beat me. The majority of the player base in any game I choose to play, they won't beat me. I said the majority of these player bases that I play, and like the games that I choose to fuck with, they would never win. So these men thought they were so superior and clever. I guess their military uniforms make them feel like that. Innit? But look at where you got to now, innit? Big old England, all these blue-eyed white people hear the things I'm saying about them. They're not taking action. It's abnormal, isn't it? Sounds like defeat to me, but I mean, because they're scared, because there's a lot of things I haven't said, and they're quite aware of it, and they're worried, yeah. They're sending every sort of subliminal message about how one of them fight, they all fight. They're talking shit. That's how it works. Oh, 135 thing, I ain't never played nothing. Man, yeah, that's why they're doing that to the pigs, because they're the ones that's stopping the control, and they're trying to use that thing as cover for it, innit? So we go and complain to Ofcom about talk to her. And I say, well, if something's wrong with the network, they need to let customers know that something's wrong with the network. Simple as that. They're going to have to say nothing's wrong with it that they're aware of. I say, they thought they're so clever, innit? Because everything that they've done, the arguments, the drama, is to have me to claim that, oh, you can't keep a job, innit? I mean, that's what it's about, isn't it? Oh, you can't keep a job, blah blah blah, and realize they're the ones that's making it difficult. So you were never meant to start recording these things. That's what they never thought that. Innit? How many man are really this year? I'm black this bastard for nothing. The character is so shit. You need to find someone getting that, bro. I don't like his fatal blow shit, but the overall character is mad. It's so good. Finally. What? All right. What? That character is so bad, bro. You master that character, so danger, old school shit, bro. And obviously. Come then. Oh, it's so the character is so good, unbelievable. Yeah, it's so good, it's so good. Omni is what omnipresent, innit? Yeah, it's everywhere, innit? That's why it moves like that, innit? Omnipresent. So it's like they say God's omnipresent, he's everywhere. That's why he dodges everything like that, innit? I think I don't know what I don't know what movie he's from. Was like a better version of Superman, yeah. Or Omni-Man is omnipresent, innit? Like it means you're everywhere, innit? That's why he dodges everything and flies about in that way, innit? So it's just basically Superman, innit? Like, I guess minus the kryptonite shit. Innit?
This man was tidying up things inside the house with his wife when something unbelievable happened. This cat had been taken care of by him for a long time. As he was rearranging items inside the house, the cat was closely watching, and it seemed to be dissatisfied with this, and this unbelievable event occurred.
He's grabbing the slung now, what? Yeah.
Love's ego is irritating the other monks. I will speak to him, Lord Kang.
Yeah, this guy's got put. Crazy. You stop them from doing that shit. Yeah, man. That's what. I never used that black guy. Alright, come on. Guess it up a little bit, innit? Alright, come on. Alright, he understands that mechanic, man. Yeah. He's good. Yeah, brutalizing powerful kid. Yeah, there you go. So I'm trying to fucking do that thing. Yeah. All right, no. uh, come on, I guess I put it. So, they, every time I try to fucking hit him after they stop me, I just be, I can't get any more angry than I'm already. I'm so I'm gonna waste your time at this point. Just, can't get any more angry than I'm gonna waste your time. Any more angry I'm getting when I finally see you. So if you wanna send me to the next level, let me see you. You know? No point hiding. Everybody knows anyway, so it's not like you're getting out of it anyway. There's no way you get out of this. Yeah, you might want me to be any more angry than I am now. Let me see your face. I'll take it to a whole nother level. But trust me, I've reached my limit of being angry. Yeah. So now I'm gonna do this. It won't allow me to do it. It won't allow me to do it. I'm just doing the dragon kick. That I'm trying to do that the whole time. It won't allow me to do it. It won't allow me to do it. I hate that fucking overhead shit. That's a good one. Got it there, bitch. So I'm gonna try to do the dragon kick when he fires the thing and fly kicks him. Watch it, don't let me do it. There you go. Yeah, well, they're stopping me from the. No better fighter than me, no chance. Go, 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 go. I'm just in the. No! Son of a bitch! That's over. Yo, it won't allow me to fucking do that thing. No. Mm. Ah.
But tells them they need to back up because he's like some kind of military police officer too. The whole thing is kind of ridiculous, but I'm kind of impressed that he refused to give up the act. I mean, he was dead in the water the entire time. You're not even wearing the proper infantry uniform, and you're wearing the. That's not the proper infantry uniform. What's the army uniform regulation? What's the, what is it? No, what is the regulation? What is the actual regulation? What's the code? That's the uniform regulation. You know that's called false down? It is a federal crime for you to be wearing that uniform. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Unless you lose it at my place right now. Some military police officer also. Yeah, where's your MP badge? Where's your cat card? Do you know what this officer here?
Yeah.
It's time to save Britain serious money. Money Supermarket, they're on a mission to change saving forever. Introducing the Super Safe Club. On top of the big savings you can already make with us, and car insurance, broadband, and more, we'll give you rewards to spend however you want. Eyes on the prize, please. Savings can't wait. The new Super Safe Club from Money Supermarket.
Yeah.
Saving supercharged.
Yeah, battery, family man is good though. Because every time I try to fly across the screen, as you can see, that guy just flying across. Every time he does it, mine does this. I don't know what that is. So, rain back for the electric fly. There you go. It just keeps doing it. Yeah. There you go. You won't allow me to fly across the screen. Just keep doing that. Like I said, one team severely, one team mod the game, and one team play the game, and they all work together to mess around with you. Yeah. And the reason why they do it like that is so they all don't get caught. So the military compartmentalized, and that's how it works. So one team, like I said, one team mods the game, one team keep you under surveillance, and another team plays the game. They've got young people in the military who play the games too. So they choose the young ones and not to play the game, play the matches. Another team sits there and mods the game and does it like that. And that way it's hard to catch them all. And that's what they for, you know. That's why they're doing it. There's like 4 or 5 different teams. They have a ground team that follows you around, and that way they don't get done for stalking that way. So they create the laws in ways that they can go around it and breach it. That's why one team surveils it, one team sits there and mods the game, and the other team play. So the older ones surveil it, the younger ones play the game, and the technical ones mod the game. That's what they do. That's why you find half of the time I'm just doing some random kick at the end of the screen for no reason at all. Yeah, bitch. Got your butt. Ah. Fly away from bitch ass nigga. That's funny. That's something I would do. Oh yeah, that's how it works. One team surveys, one team mods the game, and the other team does that. That way they don't all get caught in it. You got pay a young youth in the soldier. You can become a soldier at like 16. You got cadets or even younger than that. So obviously them man and their British pride and all that. I just say the pride before the fall. Hey, that shit. No, I need to keep you out of here. Uh, Stay out of here, bitch. mm. Need to keep you out of here, bro. So we need Baraka for him. He's fine style Baraka. Yeah, there you go. Baraka will be better because I can use that fucking blade thing across the screen. Stay out of here, motherfucker. They done. Alright, now I'll finish him off with that. Blade. Got you. Fuck off. Okay. Oh no! Okay, yeah, man. Yeah. Got you there. You made it. Yeah, it's that fucking thing, man. I play it so good, it's unbelievable. I'm going for Baraka, fuck it. I can get him out of here. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Oh, actually, cool. That's a mad clear, look. The way they've done it is like, the moves that he's got, like, he's pretty much an invader, isn't it? Like, it's not even a fighter, he evades everything. That's the worst type of character to fight, isn't it? Somebody that's better at evading your hits than actually fighting. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on, man. Really should have used sector in there. Right, go back, sector. And hit him out of there. So I can come from the top just like him, and I can come from beneath him when he's too far across the screen. Come on, bitch. Tactical fighter. While the girl's up in the air, but what? No, you're too slow. Okay, then. Yeah, look at him. He's not missing. Why he's not missing any of them, man? He's not missing any of them, bro. Look, he's not missing any of them. Ah! Yeah, he's not missing any of them, innit? You should realistically miss some of them, no? Alright, yeah, shit, I forgot about that. That's the right thing, innit? Must got him. Oh, fuck yeah. That guy's so good, innit? The thing you can't get upset with, is it? It's very good. Oh, my man's killing everybody on the train as well, isn't it? What kind of hero is this? Need to watch whatever movie this is. What? He's obviously an anti-hero, isn't it? Man's killing everyone on the train as well. That's what. I'll beat this guy with. Oh, Miss Anne, man. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Get him out of the air, innit? No! Look at this bastard. Speed up, come on. Stop being lazy. No, it's too slow. Ah! Must get him first. Oh, fucking. Yeah. I still got a bit of life. Got it. I'm so hungry, you know. I don't get it. I need to watch whatever that is. Ah, is this. Is he timing that how when it comes down? It looks like he's timing it. It's not just a random thing, innit? Yeah, it's not random. He chooses when to do it, innit? Yeah, he chooses when to do it. It's not random, innit? Yeah, it's not random. He's choosing when to fly out down, innit? Ah, you saying? Get from there, man. Got you now. Got you backwards. He's got but all right. Definitely he's backwards. He's off omniman brain, yeah. Your brain omnipresent pussy. All over the place. Oh no, wrong. Hey, too slow. I'm not even ranking up with these players, but I don't know if each player ranks up individually or what. I thought it's just an overall rank for this year account, isn't it? That's the thing about his fucking that his fatal blow, bro. It disappears, innit? It's not that you can't do anything about it more than block it. Innit? You can't counter attack it, you gotta block it. Yeah. One more leg! Ah! That's really. That first, innit? No fucking way, man. No, too slow. Yeah, you got it. I was upset. Yeah, this was, that's a crazy, some crazy character. Hmm. Oh.
for the hills. You can chase the storm. Ernest is ruggedly bold.
Or about that.
You follow his social media platforms. That means you know of this man who took his own life due to intentional false allegations being levied against him. We could not save him. We failed him. But there is a man who is still alive who needs our help, and we cannot fail this man. So again, I want to pass it off to my fellow Powerpuff Girl, the advocate. Please listen carefully. I recently covered a horrible tragedy where a young man lost his life due to false allegations. We can never bring back Inquisitor 3, but we still have time to save Good Time Charlie. Meet Stacia Randall. Stacia acquired marginal fame when she was on the Travel Channel's show Ghost Adventures, and apparently found that she was so good at making presentations of things that weren't actually there that she decided to get into the false allegations business next. And this is Good Time Charlie. Not famous, just a simple dude vibing. He and Stacia dated until he told her that he didn't want to be exclusive with her. Up to March of 2023, Stacia began sending out these screenshots to all of Good Time Charlie's friends, family members, and even the Ray County Sheriff. What they appear to show is a conversation where Good Time Charlie is trying to coax an unknown, untraceable 15-year-old girl to live out on his farm, which is very damning. Stacia used these screenshots and more to convince others that the farm Charlie lived on was actually a cult and that these girls were in danger. The backlash was quick and severe. Before long, the public had begun posting Charlie's 9-year-old daughter's full name and making threats against his life. And this was a big problem because Charlie didn't write those messages, and there was no 15-year-old girl. Desperate to figure out why his life was falling apart and clear his name, Charlie made this very important observation on his Meta accounts. While he was signed in Wichita, Kansas, someone else had signed in from Moundsville, West Virginia. If you're not the most geographically adept, it's quite the distance away. And it also happened to be the location of Stacia Randall. So while Charlie's family is put in danger and his reputation is being burned to the ground, he starts working with the police. This is the official closed incident report. And in this report, it is established that the IP address from the account that was used by the alleged 15-year-old to message Charlie is the same IP address of Stacia Randall. Ray County Sheriff writes, due to the short amount of time the victim's account was open, just long enough for the chats, and the IP address returning to an area where the suspect's ex-girlfriend is currently believed to be located, I'm requesting this case closed. The Ray County Sheriff has reached out to Stacia multiple times, and she remains too cowardly to answer. We now know that Stacia Randall created false evidence to try to end Good Time Charlie's life, which we now know may very well have worked. So where is she now? Surely with all this evidence, she's behind bars, doing community service, paying some kind of debt or condolence to society. No, she gets to keep running a popular TikTok account where she has almost 1 million followers and monetizes off of bragging about being a terrible person. And not only do I not care if you think I'm a bitch, I hugely prefer it. TikTok, you made the right decision when you banned Tito for what he did to Inquisitor 3. Ban Stacia. To this day, she still has videos up on her platform making insinuations about Charlie, who is an innocent man. Her words are not just petty and annoying, they're violent and dangerous, and she needs to be shut up before she does this to anyone else. The story is not getting the coverage it needs, so thank you so much for listening. Justice for Charlie. Most of us have fathers, brothers, sons, uncles. We have men in our lives, and it is time that we stand up for them. As a society, we need to find that line between supporting victims because they deserve support.
Get a girl, I'm a killer. Okay. I get a girl, I'm a killer. I'd be bottom of an island. I wouldn't even care. The girl love that. If I them thing you're not doing in England, trust me, you all pick the wrong person because trust me, you're going to the ground in front of the whole fucking country bro, and tell them say, alright, when you got cool, what are you going to say? I mean, what the fuck are you going to say? That's how you're going to take something like that to court. Because you want to say, well, why did you do it? Oh, she said this and did this. And well, it's widely known that people have taken their lives because guess what? You're gonna make some allegation. Police can't find the girl, can't bring the girl up, but they're investigating you. They're never gonna find the person. They're never going to come to you with the conversation because they can't find the person. And they would know for a fact that that person doesn't exist. But guess what? It comes from your account. It's not like they don't know that people can sign in hacky shit. What I'm telling you, whoever do it is gone and there's nothing that can be done about it. Gone, that's it, game over, bro. So get every man you have in this country beside you. Because all they're going to do is expose themselves that this is the group of people that does it in England. That's how they end up doing to themselves. Stupid fools. That is a wasted life and a life that is over, bro. Plain and simple. In front of everybody. And simply I tell you, and I've been telling you from the start that this all play. You're nothing but a wasted life. Nobody's going to stand beside you. Because then the whole community, country and wider world will know that these are the group of men that does it here. And if they do it here, France do it, Italy do it, and every blood clot Western country do it. And it would explain why these things keep happening. And then it goes to the police case. How many cases where people have made reports like these to the police and them don't find the person body, this person accusation, they can't find the body, but the person somehow end up committing suicide as a result. So all you do is expose themselves. Your life will be nothing at the end of this. Blood. Trust me. You won't even bat an eyelid because they couldn't take it to court if they tried. Because we just destroyed them, innit? I'm sure so this has been going on for a time and time again. Let me tell you, so your life won't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. Most of them can do is retaliate against me violently. That's about it, isn't it? Nothing else. Your life will mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. When anybody stand with you, is going to be looked at the same. And the only thing good child Charlie never do what he need to do to that girl, and should kill her. That's what he should have done. He should have actually killed her. Because just like how she walk around now, that's the reason why she's walking around. It's because they don't want that in court. That's why she's walking around. Because a good time Charlie would have to come and be a witness. That's exactly what you do. You'd have to be a witness, or they don't want that on public record. I'm gonna tell you, your life would worth nothing at the end of that. Nobody's going to say shit or do shit. Most of them can do a retaliate against you. Mm-hmm. Been telling us that this is how that's how it play out against you. Why do you think when you go to certain places, you must say, yo, there's nothing you can do about it? Because it will unearth a whole heap of people, but the whole heap of it happened to. And that the police never seem to find these places. But as soon as that individual dies and commit whatever them coming, all of a sudden case closed. They would never bring that into court. No, your life is nothing at the end of this. That's why you're out there beg people not to start. Your life will mean nothing at the end of it. Who don't think me no know why not attack me? Why don't think me keep on and say this whole blue eye thing and white people thing? It's because we can't attack me. We simply can't. Because if we do it and we don't die, you know no problem anyway. I mean only I come back soon after it's all said and done anyway. It's a never ending cycle. And the only people that lose out. It weren't going to be hard to find another story of exactly what was going to confirm exactly what is going on here. And that is America. So it seems to me, anyway, white people, they display out. You know exactly what I'm doing for the whole time. But I already say your life would have worked in nothing. Right now, Alan would have thrown you and I'm dead and can pick you. I'll tell you, who are you going to run to help that situation? Because somebody in politics will have freedom pitney get done under the same circumstances. The whole political world can't know so this take place. Just be out in yourself and everybody would know who the team on is and the group on. Like exactly what I mean. That's yeah. Life would worth nothing. What are they gonna do? It's not worth their interest. Simple as self-defense. No prosecutor take that to court. No. Been telling them from 2020, I'm telling you, this is inevitable and don't stand a chance. Don't stand a fucking chance, bro. There's a Delta. That's funny. Been telling some didn't stand a chance, bro. Intel. Good time, Charlie. This is something about it, but I never really go deep in it. Innit? What's that bitch called? What them, the name of them called?
Calling all serious savers. Welcome to the Super Save Club from Money Supermarket.
No,
First, of
what's
course, when you
that?
save
What's
with us, spend however you want. Saving Supercharged. Join now. You follow my social media platforms, that means you know of this man who took his own life due to intentional false allegations being levied against him. We could not save him. We failed him. But there is a man who is still alive who needs our help, and we cannot fail this man. So again, I want to pass it off to my fellow Powerpuff Girl, the Advocate. Please listen carefully. I recently covered a horrible tragedy where a young man lost his life due to false allegations. We can never bring back Inquisitor 3, but we still have time to save Good Time Charlie. Meet Stacia Randall. Stacia acquired more.
Station and Kiss Life Goodbye. And I say death sentence. I said death sentence. Bye bye. Winter did one. Nothing will come out of Damien Identified. Nothing but a corpse. And a short for corporation. Or even cooperation, like co-op, you know? The word corpse, in it, that's why you don't know about it, you know? It'll give you what you need, pussy. Good as gone, but mistake she did. So them put a surveillance team on her, see if they can save her. Put a team on her, see if they can save her, because the argument would be what? We'll just be walking into a trap. And I say, only under pressure, yeah, not me, but. So, if you look at this, yeah. So, trusted device, yeah. So, some unknown device, 22nd of September, 17th of July 2023. So, these three places, my Xbox has been signed into from these locations. I probably could just Google army bases in these locations and see where it comes up in Leeds, London, and Sully Hill, wherever the fuck Sully is, but that's 2019. I know I ain't been nowhere in 2019 because Sully Hill that I'm aware of. I've been in the only place I've been to is the Priory Hospital 2019 and South London and Marsley, and I didn't have the internet there. So I certainly didn't sign in there. I don't think I've ever been to Leeds that I'm consciously aware. I must have went there in my sleep. And I haven't been to London since 2018. So yeah, I don't understand what these are. So there used to be a lot more. I guess they disappear after a time. Innit? So I don't know what this unknown thing here is. Can't click on it. You see, it has no web browser. It just this one says Xbox One. I don't know if what's the Xbox One here. So 2019, I had a different Xbox in 2019. Yeah, I had a different Xbox. That Xbox broke. And I don't even know what the truth is. I don't even know what I did with it. I don't know if I threw it away. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. Because, like I said, I tried to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on. So the people who, like I'm saying, is hacking my game and stopping me from pressing buttons, they would have stopped it from turning. The truth is, I don't know what happened to it. I went and bought this one, a second hand from what do you call cash generator, yeah, in Cheetham Mill. So somebody has that Xbox and the sound. I don't know where Solly Hill is. So I'll Google Solly Hill. See what that is. Solly Hill. So probably type in Solly Hill military, and I guess you'll find somewhere Solly. What did it say? Solly Hill. Hold on. I remember Solly Hill. What did it say? Solly Hill, isn't it? So yeah, Solly Hill. That's right. Solly Hill. England. Solly Hill Hospital. Solly Hill Council. Program School League. NBC. Postcode Solly Hill. England. Solly Hill England. Just in the West Midlands. Solly Hill England. I'm trying to think if this is where the private hospital is. It might be it, you know. Yeah, this is where the private no, probably isn't it? No, it wasn't there. No, that's not there. Solihull Town Centre. No, because the private hospital is somewhere in the West Midlands. It's near, what did they say? It was near Wolverhampton. Isn't it? Yeah, it was near the Wolverhampton. So somebody went and signed in that location to try and make it look like I didn't go to that hospital. Yeah, so D money OS grid reference, that postcode. Yeah, grid reference that's postcode in it. Silhillian or Dina mean. Surrey is a large market town and administrative centre of the metropolitan borough of Surrey in West Midlands, England. Surrey is situated on the River Blythe in the Forest of Arden area. So, what's it called? Not Lake District. The Priory Lakeside, yeah, Lakeside Hospital. Isn't it? So it might be the river, might be that's what the lake leads into a river, isn't it? So it's probably the same geographical area. Innit? Probably is. Lewis and Dunham, Surrey Hill Town. So the Priory, if you look at the Priory Hospital. So this one, this was in West Midlands, Cheadle, Highbank Centre. So Rapex, the Prairie Hospital, Prairie, and what was it called? Lake. It's, had like green fences, like it was like a posh hospital. Innit? Lakeside view, and that's that shit. So directions nearby. Yeah, Ivy Dean Way, Willenhall. That's what the place was called. Not Surrey, Willenhall. I say I can tell you from the hospital to the town, maybe about 2 miles right around it. This been what that kind of picture is done. Yeah, so up there they have an office shit up there. To the side there they have a lake. They've changed the front of it though. I don't think that's the building, but I think they designed them all like that. This is the one. So this green fence here. Up there's where the office is. Right in front of this building, you have like women. On this wing is like the really mad guys again. uh, Trust me, them guys, guys are mad. Blood. It's like an L building, innit? So here, trust me, them guys are different. Innit? Them man there, and then like behind they have like a little cage thing, like a little garden thing. It's got like some wooden gazebo or whatever it's called, and it's fenced off. Behind there, where them trees are just like a massive bushy forest. We ended up kicking the ball over there. We had to me and this guy, this blonde kid, his hair was proper long. Right, that guy would tell some stories, but like trust me, that guy could tell some stories. But it was cool though. I think he was gay though. I did think that. But me and him ended up walking to town one day, and I did think he was good. I don't care about all that, innit? Whatever. Then he ended up going to look for the ball and like, yo, just get on getting caught and what's it like some little I don't know. We call him Maka, innit? You man call him Fawns or whatever you man call him, innit? But Dr. Kuma, a little bald African doctor, his sidekick. And I can't remember what that woman's called, man. This black woman, she had like a mold there. These are like offices. You got like the dude. It's like a kitchen there. Right in front of the kitchen is like little offices and stuff. The little security bit is there. You come through that door, then they buzz you through the second door. You turn left. This one's got a door for this wing. Turn right. That's got a door. Right in front of the doors, there's elevator steps that leads you. The elevator and steps leads you over there. That's the kitchen. Mm, I don't know what else up there, but this one definitely is a kitchen. I don't think these are bedrooms. I've never been into them. I don't know what they are. I can give you the whole layout of inside the building just based off memory alone. I don't know who said I was in Solihull or why would the game say that's where I'm located. So can you imagine I went missing at the time? And when they check, oh, his last signed in location, oh, because guess what? Your Xbox would have been gone, so they'd assume you'd have it. They're saying that you're in fucking Solid Hill, bro. Just wait. Man, it's done for you, man. I'll tell you that. So obviously, it's like some posh hospital, apparently. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what is true and what is not. I never felt the need to go and confirm everything people say to me. You just take what people say. Sometimes you don't need to confirm it. Or they said that them hospitals were £1,000 a night. I mean, or some shit like that. Innit? But it's like what they call them bloopers over here. That private hospitals. So like this is like private mental health stuff, innit? And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a poor guy, blood. Like, who's paying for that? You get me? Who's paying to put me in some private mental health institution? You get me? Innit? And the excuse was apparently there was no beds, blood. Yeah, lakeside view, and so obviously that's that bush. You walk, you go up here. It's like a little snaky path. On the side is just the same bush area. To the left of the bush, when you follow the bush, it leads out to a roundabout. Then it leads you to like this little shop on a little estate. And if you keep going, there's a massive factory where the train line runs right through the factory. Dual carriageway, then you walk all the way down the dual carriageway, turn left towards the town centre, and you have one of them little mason fuckers there. I stood up out there in front of it for time but to see if I see any of them cunts coming in or out. I was vacated, but I mean, I know exactly where to find you little pussies if I need to, trust me. Because I found it strange that they sent me there, you get me in it, and I was just walking, but I had no idea, I was just walking. I got leave and I thought, fuck it, I go out there and stretch my legs. So when you come in, this is like the little room that they have a little room at the bottom. Yeah, so at the front, let me go all the way back to it now. I remember what that was there, innit? Yeah, so let me go all the way back to what is that building? I just remember what the rooms were now. I got a good memory, I got a sick memory, but trust me. These little rooms here, like when you go into the hospital, it's like visiting rooms, innit? So like if your family or whoever comes, you sit in them little rooms because they don't let them on the ward for some strange reason. You would think they have something to hide on them wards, innit? Because I can't see people just acute, and that's what it looks. It's a small, it's a bit smaller than that. This is a bigger one, innit? But that's what the rooms are like. Innit? Remember when I went in there and they searched my suitcase and all that? Yeah, so this is similar to the one. I guess most of them look the same. But that's the medication room in whichever prior this is. This is the medication room. In the one that I was in, it had a pool table just there, and like a little thing with pure like puzzles and that. And like the puzzle, yo, I spent days trying to finish this puzzle, yeah, and I felt like the cunts on purpose took pure of the puzzle pieces out because I couldn't sleep the night, yeah, and I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do this puzzle and try and tie myself out. Well, I sat there for ages thinking, why can't I not finish this puzzle? Because in the end, I did it all. I realized that it was pure of them missing in it. But yeah, so it was like a little table thing with all the puzzles and whatever, the pool table. This is like a medicine thing, as you can see, it's like half of a door. Yeah. The console, the center console was different. At the time, I had I think I had my PlayStation. I think it was a PlayStation. No, I had an Xbox with me, but it was online. Innit? You know, like me and this little blonde kid, like his story was mad, didn't it? He went apparently, so his story was he liked this girl. She invited him to her house. When he got to the house and knocked onto the door, she rang the police and said some guys out of our door. Apparently, the police arrested him. Or something like that happened to me. I met this girl in Gorton, Manchester. Like I don't even know how I met her. I just started chatting to her. Like everything was fine, vibing and whatnot. And she was like, "Oh, rah. Yeah." So spoke to her in the very evening. She was like, "Oh, yeah, whatever, come round, blah blah blah." Got there and yeah, the house was in darkness. So I knocked on the door, innit? And I thought, yo, this is just eerie, bro. Like just how dark it is in the house. And she literally just messaged me like 5, 10 minutes ago, innit? Because she didn't live far from me in Gorton. And I thought, wait, and at the time I was there, I was thinking, at the time I did think something of it in it. Like this was like 2014, innit? I did think something of it at the time, thinking that's weird, like very strange. So I'm just fucking caught up, innit? But yeah, most of them it's like similar design. Obviously, this one's the opposite way, innit? Similar designs, obviously not like this one. This one's probably the 5-star shit, innit? But I don't know who would have paid for that, blood, because it doesn't look anything like the NHS's version. I went to one called Signet as well. I think that's a private hospital as well. But it was on the NHS compound, so I can't really work out how that works. It was called Signet, but it was a private one. Yeah. I don't know why it's saying Solly Hill. I really don't get why it's saying Solly Hill. And what's it called? Signet. Signet Hospital. I can't remember where that place was, in it? It was somewhere down south, isn't it? Very wide. Took me about 4 hours to get there, innit? Ripon, Eastbound, Sheffield, Street, very Harrogate. It took us about 4 hours in that fucking thing. The Signet Bay, Sheffield, Wyke, Bailey. Probably one of these guns up there, innit? It did take us about 4 hours, innit? It did take about 4 hours. There's probably one of them ones, innit? One of them ones up there, innit? Yeah, one some shit like that. I can't remember what they said, what area they said it was in. But like I say, I feel like somebody was purposely trying to confuse me by taking me to all these random like hospitals all over the fucking country. But I can tell the layout of that bitch as well. I didn't like that hospital. Like there was a dead dingy in that. And, yeah, like they kept the doors closed for the communal garden the whole time. I didn't like that hospital. Like the kitchen was disgusting. It's like had these weird little plastic forks and stuff like that. Place makes you feel like you're mad, innit, man? Trust me, innit? Feel like you're a child in there with these green and blue and red plastic plates and forks and just the whole air. I didn't like that one. I think that one will make convince you that you're mad, innit? The bedrooms are nice though. Bedrooms in there, like ensuite bedrooms that were dead nice. That one. But the kitchen was disgusting. It had like that hospital had two TV rooms. One it had like three doors, a door to the garden, a door to like the left wing, and a door that goes to like the other wing. It was a smaller room, like more of a cinema room, that one. And then the other living room was bigger, had more sofas and like led out into. So you have the bit where you fuck around with the what's it called, OT or whatever, in occupational therapy. So it leads from the occupational therapy bit to the actual little TV room. And then I used to prefer the other one because it had all the doors and you lock all the lights off, and it's like a cinema room. But the kitchen, the kitchen just fell out of place. But the kitchen was just strange, yeah. Yeah, kitchen was proper strange. But, like I say, I don't understand who's signing into my shit. There's some unknown person signed in the 22nd of September. Yeah, so this one, untrust. I don't even wanna. No, I'm not gonna untrust it because it might remove it. Yeah, it might remove it if I untrust it. I'll leave it there anyway. But like I say, I can't understand why this one would just come up as unknown. Um, Feb 2nd, Manchester. I don't think I was using Google on this. I don't think that's me either. I don't think this is me either. That definitely ain't me. Never been to Leeds. Yeah, have I? Is that where the carnival is? Leeds, Sheffield. Yeah, I think the carnival's in Leeds. But that's it. I've only ever been carnival there, and I think I went to a Movada concert like 2009. Yeah, yeah, sometime when Movada came to England at them times. But it's not. I wouldn't have brought my fucking Xbox there with me, would I? Cried in 2023. I haven't left Manchester since 2018, but so I don't really know. Cried in Leeds. I don't know what's going on there. This would have been me, 3rd of November, 11th of November. That would have been me. This definitely don't think that's me because I would have been at Brian's house. Yeah, yeah, I would have been at Brian's house at that time. So that's 100% not making sense. I wouldn't have Googled on my Xbox there. That definitely wasn't me. Somebody did that. So either somebody in her house came into her house and did that and search for something while in her house, and the game recorded it because somebody was coming into that house. Somebody definitely was because that's how they would have got my IP address and all that if they didn't get it from the what do they call it, the transporters or the company that bought the game from. But I didn't definitely did that. I would have been at Brownie house. I haven't been back to her house since the 5th of Feb this year. And I certainly wouldn't be googling shit on my Xbox. I had a phone, my laptop, all that, so I wouldn't have been. So somebody signed in there. Never been to Solihull. Don't know where the fuck that is. And what reason would I have to be in some town like that? I'm a foreigner, but I'm not born there. Yeah, these two are me. But them man, why is this unknown? I have no idea. So it makes it easier to get back in your account if you lock it also provide another way to reach you with important information. So these things are good. It shows you that somebody is signing into my shit right now. Somebody has my email address, somebody has my password, somebody has access to my game. So like I said, there's no way they win because somebody has it. And whoever has it, they're the ones that hacking my game. But I report it to them guys. Whatever them police team that you report to when you think your device is a hack. I reported it to them, and I ain't heard from them since. But like, all of them, you put it all together. It's obviously the government. Obviously, they got pure companies. There's only a few of them that has the right to do that. No doubt, like I said, they work in teams, isn't it? One team hacks you, like obviously that. One team hacks you. One team surveils you, one team comes and provocate you and agitate you, innit? So you get me, the surveillance team, they sit there and they act like they don't see these things, or I mean, all of a sudden the cameras don't work, they can't hear shit, see shit, you know what I mean? But when you're out in road, they're surveilling you. Another team mods the shit. Because guess what? If the modders are caught with the surveillance team, then they're going to go down to give us a they send it somewhere else to do the modding and they sit down and surveil you. And then the little boys who think they're James Bond, you know what I mean? And fucking, what's that guy called? Yeah, baby. That nigga, I can't remember what he's called. That fucking spy guy, and Mr. Bean. So you got these Mr. Bean characters running around here thinking that they're G's. Dumb guys. Just play a little too long for the whole thing to get exposed. And I mean, sometimes in life you have to know when to give up. And human clearly had to learn that lesson.
Fame when she was on the Travel Channel's show Ghost Adventures, and apparently found that she was so good at making presentations of things that weren't actually there that she decided to get into the false allegations business next. And this is Good Time Charlie. Not famous, just a simple dude vibing.
So, equipment interference,
that he didn't want to be exclusive with her.
covert surveillance,
Station began sending out these screenshots to
covert surveillance, intrusive surveillance, or eavesdropping, eavesdropping device in target home, blah blah blah, interception of communication, and covert human intelligence. So you can see the team that's doing the surveillance They're signing in from these locations there, innit? Yeah, they're signing in from these random locations, innit? Because obviously MI5 is in London, innit? I don't know what the fuck, what's that, Midlands, I don't know where that is, innit? You get the picture.
Made this very important observation on his Meta accounts. While he was signed in the witch